Alrighty. Good morrow, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is that you currently exist under the rotation of the sun. And we are here, and we are back for an impromptu PODT session on Saturday. The first ever stream I've ever done on a Saturday, I believe. And we are here for one special occasion. Hello, Draconi. Thank you for making it on this impromptu meeting of the minds for Ending 4. And that is exactly what we are going to be doing. Gator, Huggy, Wani, Donnie. But it's Ending 4. And I need to put all the eggs in every basket ever. Maximum points plus the bend thing. That'll be delightful. Right. So, without anything further ado, let's get into it. I went to bed thinking about this game. Then I woke up thinking about this game. I don't hug that, Gator. We'll find out together, won't we? Right. So let's get it done. First things first. Actually, launching the game. Magical circumstances, are they not? Secondly, screen transition. There it is. Beautiful. Right. So, where is that beautiful little... There it is. So... Right. So I need to have all the points forever. Maximum on both of them. Plus do a special thing that gets the Ben story activated. Let's get it done. Oh. I saw when I originally started streaming this game, it was in August 28th. So, we've been at this for more than a month at this point. Remember the 5th of October? It is a day where we get to finish this game. Get to see everything. Get to be, hopefully, traumatized the least out of these 3 endings, so let's find out together. What did I even need for ending 3, actually? I needed 5 ink... Oh, I needed 5 Inco, 3 Olivia... yeah, 5 Inco, 3 Olivia at least. Fascinating, right? So, ending 3 is basically... You get a lot of points, but not all of them. So, I can see why that is, like, the... most common ending, and I think the most achieved achievement in the game. From what I've seen, anyway. Right. Let's get her done. September 4th. The mighty, mighty September 4th. Alright, I forgot the... T-Buck scores. Thank you. I get my brain smashed in. Heedle how. My favorite color is drywall. Absolutely, I am a man of the drywall. The more faded, the better. If it's completely black and white, well... Oh yeah, the double head bug. Hey, buddy. I'ma go get that gator in your name, Pokey. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for the lurk. It is very much appreciated. I'm glad that from my experiences in Outer Wilds, you were the mainstay, and I very much appreciate that. Right. Funny beanie. Wear a beanie, you silly man. Bubbity hibbity hoobity bubbity hoo. I love that hat. Too bad that hat gets thrown off immediately. Beautiful hat. Right, first thing, draw the gator girl on the half pipe. Right, that's a point. What's life without a bit of risk? In it. I got an Inco point. Deedly hoodly deedly doo. Beep beep bop boo doo doo doo. Next decision is to make sure. Invite Olivia to join her back outside. There we go. 1-1. We are 1-1. Skip. We continue on the journey. And she gets to dunk me in the pool. The beautiful maddening green woman she is. Right. Show support for Olivia. Right. There we go. Score Inco support. There we go. That's the... There it is. That's what makes it true. Right. Managed to pull it off successfully. There was the epic scene transition. Babbity-hee-ba-boo, babbity-doo. We are gonna go on an adventure. But why do all this? Why are you like this? Tell me everything. I believe this is where I click let her fail. Wait, no. Yeah, but why do all this? I accidentally did the correct thing without even realizing. Oh, so in order to unlock the Ben story, you need to know the precious deets on what happened between her and Ben, and this is how you unlock that. Right. Let her file. Ben's story true. There we go. There we go. Ben's story true. We have achieved Ben's story. Gonna save, just in case. But delightful. My thoughts land on what Olivia said earlier in the conversation. I'm gonna tell Principal Scalar. He flinches. Principal, why? Oh, what you did? Can't tell them officially. Found out. I just want to get to a very specific thing. God. Right. Oh, yeah. There we go. This is the thing that I wanted to say. You're not a joke, Olivia. I appreciate you trying and all, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. All that shit is what made me into a nihilist. I can say you're a nihilist, plus I don't think that's what that word means. Got a better word. That's besides the point. Bed did something horrible. The bed, he did something horrible. Saying that I ruined my own life. Annoyance bubbles up. She wanted to get caught in the act. So what the hell are you getting at, Inco? What am I getting at? You can't keep up Ben's shitty choices. You need to take responsibility for your own life. Who you are and what you want to be. You say that you're a nihilist, you draw these amazing pieces that reflect these realistic fantasy worlds. And you say that no one wants to know you for you, but you know you have pains he can lead as me. You really blame any of that on Ben in the art contest. Take responsibility for your own feelings, goddammit. Fuck you. There we go, that's what I wanted to see. Fuck you for being right. Right. Now that's all I wanted to hear out of you. I guess there's multiple instances where I can show support for her. Cheer her on. 4 points. Save it up. Let's get it done. Ben's story true. I can't wait to see what that means. And then there's this part. What's going on? Who is this? Where's Lucy? Where's my daughter? Oh yeah, neither of these actually matter. But, need to focus. Ah, it does matter because it gives me a point. It does matter. Wow. At this point, I don't even need to look at the walkthrough. I have all this stuff memorized. Right, which one was this? Don't take the key. There we go. We have maxed out on Olivia. Ooh, did I never take... My hand cups hers, eliciting a small gasp from the girl. Even with the darkened lenses of my shades, I can make out her moon silver eyes. Filled with all the worries of this past month. Worries she'd endured because of our friendship, and possibly more. Inko. My fingers curl softly, pushing the key back into her palm. My lips move, but no sound comes out of it. Oh, I guess I never did take the key. I always took the key. I never did this choice. That's fun. So after the ending, got a treat for you in the files. Sick! We will examine it together! He'll understand, Olivia. Aww. Either from my unspoken words or my comforting grip, Olivia is able to gather her courage and share a simple nod. And her hand finally moves to the panel. Oh, so the same thing happens except you give her the agency. You don't take the key, you make her do it, and that makes it... Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough, game. This game really teaches you about giving other people agency, which is an incredibly important skill, because when you take away their agency, they don't tend to like you very much. I want to find true love. Wait, do any of these actually do... No. I want to go to college! Right, now it's time for the epic Liz date. Right. An entire leg of cow, please! Yes, I am absolutely certain. Right, so she fucks off. I will go find Olivia. Probably should have saved, but hey. Hibbity hoobity. Ask Olivia for helpity. Both of you are wrong. And take a deep breath. You both suck! And now for the final thing. I think this is the final thing. We are not ready to say goodbye. Need condition asked Olivia to be true. Yep, here it is. Boom. Maxed out. 5-5. There we go. Ending 4 should be unlocked, Neo. Can you give us some time, Ben? The student council president is taken aback by my words. But you, Olivia... Oh, I get it, because it did the... oh, wait. Hold on. Need condition asked Olivia. It doesn't say that in the debug, but I'm going to assume... Oh, it's probably in addition to the why do all this tree. And also I did show support, so it's either one of those things, but anyway. Olivia! His frustration with her seems to grow with each second. Ben, look, wait. No! I turn fully to Ben with my hands raised defensively. Ben, listen! We need to do this! For Ian again. For everyone that cared about him. For us. So why won't you help me? We want to, Ben, really. But can't you see what you're asking for is way too soon? Damn it, we just found out! His breathing is haggard now, his composure completely blown. And his own pain is painted across his face as he allows his glasses to slide away from his puffy red eyes. Just... Ben. Her voice is so soft and gentle. Her head turns back to me, her own pain still in her eyes, but also sympathy too. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you for actually being in the spotlight for once, woman. She looks forward, and her words are more resolute. Ben, I understand. The Parasaur boy's breathing hitches. You're right. We should do this. And I will. I promise I will. But it's too soon. We all need time. He clenches his teeth, followed by his fists. He takes a sharp, uneven breath, his glasses sliding off of his face, right onto the floor. Oh my god, the poor boy. I've never seen him without glasses before. He's so agitated, so exasperated and devastated that he doesn't seem to care. My free hand finds itself on my other friend's shoulder, formulating a full link between us. Olivia reaches down and picks up the prescription glasses, using her sleeve to smudge them clean-ish. That's true, because the special material that they use for cleaning wipes is unique and not replicated in a hoodie. I can tell you that much. Ben struggles his already broken composure, fracturing further. Ooh. Ooh. His hands shake as he accepts the proffered eyewear from Olivia, having great difficulty setting them back on straight. When he can finally look up from the floor, his eyes are even more raw with fresh pain. Promise? Olivia nods at the quivering question, her own lips starting to shake as well. Yes, but for now, Ben finally gets it, as his emotional dam is near bursting. Yes, alright. Sorry. And he fucks off. Ben walks up to me and pats me on the shoulder with a final solemn look at Olivia and nod towards me. He walks out of the classroom and leaves Olivia and I alone. As the door clicks closed behind me, I hear Olivia take a sharp and shuddery breath before turning to look at me. Her eyes are glossy and puffy on the edges. Trails of tears strain down her cheekies, and her expression is of someone who doesn't want to believe that it's true. You know what else is not true? The skip button. Oh, I love this part. So many great, delightful, whatchamacallit, thumbnails I have gotten out of that scene. Right. Beautiful. Alright. Tuck her in properly. I don't think I need to do anything at this point. I've got 5-5, yeah, so everything else is just set dressing. Kneeling down, I take the edge of the blanket. Her brow scrunches up and I can see the goosebumps spreading on her arms. Kneeling down, I take the edge of the blanket and bring it back over to her. As I turn away from him, something catches my wrist. It's the skip button. The skip button is everywhere. It catches my wrists constantly. There we go. Ending 4. Ben's story true. Alright. Time to give it one last customary save and turn off the debug scores. And we have ending 4. We have reached the climactic conclusion. Let us find out what happens now. I recount the events as Olivia and I had done with Edekin, including the part where he saved us with a stun baton. From the moment Mia took Olivia away, to finding them in the classroom, to when she slapped herself in the face with a glitter-covered poster. Leaving out the nature of the blackmail, of course. Getting everything out in the open is relieving, and I'm able to remain calm and collected the whole way through. That's good. While I spoke, Mia leered at me with eyes promising a vicious death. Too bad. She is mostly bark. She does have a little bit of bite. Actually, she does have a lot of bite. She's the full package. She's both bark and bite, but, you know. Actually, I'm absolutely sure that she is fully capable of killing somebody out of spite, so disregard my previous statement. Well, I spoke. I died. Shame you are the only human and people would notice the missing. It's the imperfect crime. It is true. Where's that weird bald human guy? Oh, He's been dismembered and dumped in the trash can and then in the locker. What a surprise. Wouldn't you have anything to do with it? Sharp shark dinosaur? Ben, on the other hand, is looking increasingly uneasy that I'm not playing along. Too bad, Mr. Ben. He's not glancing my way, but his eyebrows furrow in a way it's clear he's silently begging me to help him out here. Too bad. Mia focuses her vengeful stare at him as if to say, "What are you doing?" Enko, I'd like to remind you it's your word against hers. There's no proof of anything you're saying is true. There's no proof anything you're saying is true. Please don't kill me. Did you ask for evidence, or did you ask for my side of the story? You hold no power here, Benjamin McKnight. Your lawyering days are over. Turn in your badge and gun. True, but Mia's never hurt. Ben, I'm not interested in these mind games. She's been targeting Olivia and I all year. You want to defend Mia? I get that. Why does that involve throwing Olivia and I under the bus? Because that's the only option in order to successfully defend this magenta. I don't even know how to describe her. Escape convict? I'm still here, dickwad. TBH, bitch. They do use that word a lot, don't they? Hello, gamer. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Mia. Gaylor manages to shut her down with an authoritative glare. I don't even care why you're trying to screw me over, but is there even a reason? She's blackmailing me! I'm going to go up the clink for this. She's not going to see me later tonight. Instead, I'm going to wind up in a body bag. What the hell are you even doing, glasses? You're letting this schmuck walk all over you. I'm not gonna get any Inco help a pro out. This purple tart won't sleep with me unless I get her out of this situation. Please, Inco, you must understand. Both wear glasses, one wears shades. Yes, because he is the cooler of the two. I'm waiting. It's complicated, okay? Please. Is it? If you haven't figured it out, can you leave Olivia and I out of it then? Please, good sir. No, I can't. She has a vendetta against you and she's taking it out on me. Oh, you have no idea how many fractures I have in my pelvis. Okay, fine. You want to find something to blame? Someone to take responsibility away from Mia? Not in a good way. I know your guy, the guy responsible for everything. Ben raises an eyebrow. Well, yes, that would be ideal, actually. Allegedly, you can be a gigadick in these games if you really want to be. Oh, absolutely, this is the final ending. I unlocked all the other endings, and believe me, I've seen what being a gigadick is like. It's horrible. I felt terrible. It's all in the VODs. It's just... words cannot even describe how ending one made me feel. Nauseous is one of them, though. You, my guy, you. None of this would have happened if you hadn't hurt Olivia in the first place. What? What's... He knows what I'm talking about, and here you are 4 years later, still up to the same tricks. Olivia's stuck at home, her wheelchair is busted, and she's heartbroken. Oh my, I didn't know, is she alright? And you're just bringing up this interpersonal drama. Please have some self-awareness. Oh my god, he's getting the real talk, finally. I have more important things to be worrying about. Clearly. I don't care to be a part of whatever house of cards you've set up here. Damn it! Ben sucks in a sharp breath through his teeth, sagging heavily as he lets that air escape in a long sigh. Sorry, Mia. The plan's bust. The fuck? How? I can't do it. Not like this. I've been... words can't even formulate. He's acknowledged my dickishness. I can't do it anymore. At least before I could pretend like I was a good guy doing things for good reasons, but the reality is I just wanted to get my dick sucked by a magenta hussy. Cracked like a peanut. There's other things I can do for you, just not at anyone's expense. Oh, he's becoming more self-aware. At the very least, I can give him that much. He's not fully realizing that she's just there to manipulate him, but he's at the very least realizing that what she's asking him to do is wrong. The plan? Mr. McKnight, you mean to tell me Mr. Nito's right? Yo, String Bean, you know the stakes here. She has lots more than me to lose. All I gotta do is just tell the teacher what Olivia did. Shit, she wouldn't. Of course she would, dude. Just one thing after another. You know we're talking about the damaged property, right? I'm telling you, it's at the bottom of all this. I'm not taking the hit. I'm innocent. If I go to squeal to prove it, oh, if I gotta squeal to prove it, oh well. No, don't do that! Scalar throws her hands up in frustration. She's resigned to just being along for the ride, reaching for her lunch bag. Ben, I have to. I said no! There are other ways! Not good enough. This needs to come out. Mia, you do that and I dig out some of the skeletons in your closet. I did not play Snoot Game. It has been talked about extensively. I am familiar with the history. The original game that came out was Goodbye Volcano High or something like that. And the game took so long to release that a bunch of people from 4chan decided to make a parody game because the art style was so great. Yes. So they wanted to make a game because the art style was so great and they were tired of waiting, I guess. So they made Snoot Game, and Snoot Game was really, really good. And it gave them enough of a success to be able to make this game. So I am familiar with the history. So potentially in the future I might actually take a look at Snoot Game. So yes, I am very familiar with the history. I sort of deduced it by being told, yes, that's right, and no, that's wrong by chat. Specifically Dragoni. Oh, the trailer was bad. The devs of Goodbye hired Kotaku to make a hit piece, by the way. Oh, the drama, it simply evolves. If you can link me that article, I'm very curious to read about it. You know where to put it, so if you can pull that out for me, I'd very much appreciate it. Because I am curious on the juicy drama. Speaking of juicy drama, let's continue theirs. Ben covers his mouth. The fuck did you just say to me? He's actually standing up to her. His spine! His spine, it's regenerating. Thank you, Draconi. One of those 4chan success stories, really. Yeah, absolutely. I forgot what it was called. Oh, yeah. Another 4chan success story. Monica, the After Story, DDLC mod. That started out as a 4chan thing and grew into a lovely little thing. Most comparable to Katawa Shouju, if you've heard of that VN. I've heard of it, I've not played it, but I am familiar with that name. Is that also originating from the lands of the Chans. Very fascinating how many beautiful things can come out of that. Otherwise, not very reputable site. I think I can say that much. I don't want to... Thank you. What do we got going on? Okay. Ooh. The anti-fan game. Ooh. I will read this later. Right. So, Ben's growing a spine, everybody. Let's see it. You hurt me. Mia stares Ben down like she's about to slash his guts open. He's trembling, but he doesn't relent. Oh, you'll regret that. You'll fucking regret that, McKnight. I ain't doing this shit. Have fun trying to bang Inko's girl or whatever. The boards can be toxic. Oh boy. Well, at least the final end product for uninitiated normies like myself is a really good game with an overwhelmingly positive score that I got to spend a lot of time on stream with, so I'm happy from my perspective of things, but if people have to suffer, that's not too great. Don't approve of that. Good game though, good game. People are pretty much free to say anything without the fear of retaliation. Unfortunately, that is a thing that has come with the internet. Anonymity and all that. But, you know, it can be, like, this is the perfect example. It can be used for good or evil. Just like nuclear energy. She turns around and stomps out the room, completely ignoring all three of us. I love that. So... finally, we got to see an evolution of circumstances that made it so that Mia did not get her way, because I feel like in all three endings up until this point, she got her way. So this is finally the one where we finally get to stick it to the magenta shark woman. Another bout of silence overtakes the room. Scalar, Ben, and I look between each other.
Well, that was eventful, Wazowski. Between Edekin's report, Inko's account, and whatever that was, I think I have enough to work with.
But we didn't finish.
Oh, come on, Benjamin. Don't you have some soul-searching to do?
He stares at her, bewildered.
Seriously, Ben, please try to figure this out. Go back to class, the both of you.
He still doesn't move. I opt to take the first steps towards the door, glancing back and motioning for him to do the same. Eventually, he follows me out of the office. Once we're out, I think to thank Ben. I thank to think. Thank to think to thank to think. But why? He's the one that accused me and dragged me into this here to begin with. There, he just fixes his own mess. That's... He stood up for the right thing, which was in this case backing you up. So I think that is worth appreciating and thanking him for, honestly. And he's not doing too hot. Ben runs his hands through his hair.
Oh, shit. I'm in trouble.
You alright? We can hide in the bunker together, my guy.
I don't know. Look, I'm sorry about all that.
Everything's just getting so complex, I feel like I'm losing it. I'm always juggling so many things, and so many people have different rules. I can't let it start to get to me. Just gotta keep it upright. What is it?
Good question. I can't say. Sorry. I'll be fine. You should go.
I don't think you will. With a nod, I start heading back to class.
Wait.
Oh, for the love of... Will you make up your mind? I turn back, catching Ben's flinch.
Is Olivia going to be all right?
I'm going to visit her after school. I told her I like her, and she told me she likes me.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
Then, when you see her, could you tell Olivia... Tell her that I'm sorry. About then, I didn't mean for it to hurt her so much.
His fingers are clasped together in supplication. And while he looks sincere, I think you should tell her yourself once you see her again.
You're right. This is one of those things that requires me to be in person. I will.
I give him a thumbs up and continue to lunch. Ooh boy, let's see how this develops. You know, it's gonna be good when the ending starts off this early. By now, it's about lunchtime, meaning I can hang out with Damien and Liz. Definitely needed after all of this. After school, I took the metro back home to shower and put on some new clothes, which were exactly identical to the old clothes due to budget constraints. As it turns out, my parents really were on a business trip for the weekend, as indicated by a sticky note on the fridge. That is, I think, the 4th time I'm reading that statement. That's okay. Ah, finally he is unhappy with that circumstance. Humph. Randy opens the front door to let me in. I'm just a southern boy. Ah, there you are. Damien mentioned you're becoming over a leader. Hey, Randy. Say, Inko, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind shoveling the snow off the driveway when you can. I'll really appreciate it, and I'll even pay you a couple bucks for it. No need for the payment, sirs. Thanks for letting me come unannounced again. Thanks a bunch, really. And he flies into the skies. As Randy leaves, I collapse onto the couch and let my head rest against the comforter. God, that whole thing with Ben and Mia really took a lot out of me. The weight of my heavy thoughts drags my head sideways until I can see Olivia's bedroom door. My eyes linger there as I consider getting up to see her or just giving her some time to come out. She has to know I'm here now, right? She probably does. She also probably doesn't want to go do her silly knee walk thing again. I wonder if I'd be able to catch it on camera, like I caught the skip button. And I see blackness. So, what's happening here? The room is extremely dark. The only light source is coming in from the entryway. I have to, take my glasses off and attempt to see through the darkness better. Olivia! What happened in here? Why is it so dark? Olivia! No response. Olivia! Ah, there she is. Gotcha! This is a new one. So before she was depressed, but now she jump scared me. Gator jump scare, everybody. Ah, my leg! Aye. Her clawed fingers grip onto my ankle tightly, and it takes all my coordination to stay standing. Olivia, what are you doing? Let go! What is the light? What are the lights doing? Why is it so dark? Reasons. I'm turning them on. Oh boy. I flipped the switch. Ah. Olivia's laptop lies shut on her bed alongside a drawing pad. Someone's been sketching by the light of a digital screen. It looks normal enough. How's it dark? She may have done something to the windows, you see. Olivia? Yes? Why is your window painted over with black paint? The light coming in offended my blackened heart, and my window became a canvas into the new darkness in my life. So in ending 2, we accepted this as a serious performance piece, but in ending 3, we knew she was being a bit silly, and now we absolutely know that she's being a bit silly. Yeah, it's dumb, I know. In a different life, you would have said it's a performance piece, and I would have gotten along with it because I just don't get you, but now I get you. Now everything can be good. Everything can be well. I hope, anyway. Olivia, are you alright? Oh, there we go. Olivia crawls back to her bed and flumps on it, continuing her deep sigh the whole way through. Hey. Yeah? This morning after you left, I got an idea for it. Whole speech and everything. Something stupid about my old sketches. It was a moment of passion. A while later I realized how silly it was, but the paint had already dried. At least the atmosphere is good, right? She sighs again into her mattress. Shit, this is embarrassing. I look at the covered window. I don't see why you'd be embarrassed. Padding over her to her bed, I take the vacant spot right next to her. Shut up. Even as she says that, Olivia rolls herself closer to me. Oh, ah. Pinchy the gator, right. And very in character for you. Quit it. Her hands bat at me. Though with no strength or animosity behind her blows, I'm able to simply slap back at her hands until I catch one. Hey. Her fingers curl around my hand. It's very you. Her cheeks puff out in an adorable pout that I can't help but smile at. I like that. Alright? You're lucky that I like you, or else I'd chomp your leg off. Chomp off your leg, that is. I don't know why I keep misspeaking in these regards. She growls at my smile, clearly annoyed by her own lack of intimidation. Ah, drinking. Thank you. Ah, beautiful hydration. I guess I got used to it, build up a tolerance for it, so now I can see how Olivia really is. You see through her schemes, her walls, her defenses. She is laid bare to you. Completely in the nude. You like me, and you'd still do that. Her bluff called, Olivia buries her face against my thigh and growls louder. Her fingers still cling tightly to my hand. Her head tilts just enough that she can peer at me with a solitary silver eye. And while her maw is muffled against my leg, I still clearly hear her say, Miss you. My free hand comes around and gently combs through her hair. One of the things I really marveled over is just how soft her hair looks, and genuinely feels as I come to find as my fingers run over her glossy green locks. You've just been in here all day. Olivia nods her head, nudging her scalp more against my hand. I see her set up there. Yeah. She hefts herself right back up again. I've been drafting that painting all day. It's starting to come along. The laptop was just for light and music. She passes me the oversized pad. True to her word, the sketches are looking more and more refined. Each one gets closer to the one that she's going for. It brings me so much joy to know that she's actually trying to paint. Oh yeah, and the painting of the night sky is in there. That's delightful. Once it's done, I was thinking I could ask for it to be shown at the eulogy. Oh? Yeah, think they'll let me? They better, with all this effort you're putting in. Yeah. Wanna hear something weird? I've had a long day. Hit me. I actually managed to capture the Jonkler. He is in my closet right now. I'm gonna interrogate him later. You wanna help? I mean, this painting, I think it's special. When I woke up this morning, I felt lost. Lost enough to block out the light to my room. Then I just remembered my promise, and I got to work. I took the pliers to the Jonkler's nipples, and I just went to town. Okay, I'm gonna stop. It still hurts. But when I'm working on it, it's like it hurts less. Like it's what I should be doing, like I'm doing it right. Do it right. Do it proper. That's not weird at all. Really? Come on now. Alright, it's super weird. I think less of you now. Ha, but really. She bites her lower lip, thinking about something. Is it missing something? She gestures to the page I'm on, the most recent sketch. I don't see anything wrong with it. Even in this ending, when I've got all the points gathered beautifully, I still don't get her. It's vague. There's no detail. At the foundation, I tried. At the fountain, I tried. I really did. But I can only remember so much. And Inko, hey, absolutely. I'll take the best dang pictures you'll ever see. Thank you. I love how I know what she's gonna say. He gets her just not art because himbo. Yeah, so I think it's important to get her as a person, which is what ending 2 Inko could not do. And ending 3, there was definitely a better understanding that he understood her as a person, which allowed her to be more comfortable with herself. Like, every ending is a success story for the previous ending. Like, ending 1 is ending 2 is a success story to ending 1, ending 3 is a success story to ending 2, and let's see if ending 4 follows the exact same pattern, because if it does, I'll be a very happy boy today, because I finally get to have something good happen, as opposed to what we witnessed in 1 and 2. Thank you. First, though, a smooch. How about I let the sunlight back in here, alright? Fine. That's probably for the best. How do I go about doing that? I move the washcloth across the window pane, slowly but surely scrubbing away the dried up paint in chunks. Good thing Olivia keeps spare bottles of paint thinner on hand. Or at least Mrs. Payne. As Olivia keeps spare bottles ever since an incident involving a much younger and more rebellious baryonyx smearing paint all over the walls. There we go. I have successfully de-edgified this room. I mean, it's still pretty edgy, but, you know, baby steps. As I continue scratching some of the errant flakes of paint off with my fingernail, my ears pick up the sound of a digital camera going off. In my peripheral, I see Olivia holding her phone toward me. Taking a picture when I'm not looking my best. For shame, Olivia. Ah, hush. You look fine. What's so special you need to take a picture for? Nothing. Just using you to mess with unstable human women by posting my catch on their forums. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah, that's... Wait, what? Welcome to the Olivia shitpost section. Enjoy. Well, I mean, she did establish that during the car ride, didn't she? In ending 1, we got to see that side in Inko with the streamer and all that. I guess we get to see it now in Olivia. Most of the pain is gone anyway. I toss the rag aside and scramble to take a seat beside Olivia. She cackles to herself as a new post with the photo shows up. I've never heard of this place before, but it does look like a forum specifically for women. What was it? R/2 chromosomes, I believe. That is unironically mean. Oh yeah, well, but I like it. I don't have enough context to pass judgment on how mean that is, but it is a troll post. It is a shit post, so. Who, like, in the philosophical debate, whose fault is it truly? The person who tossed the bait, or the people who fell hook, line, and sinker for the bait? It is a philosophical debate. It has pros and cons to point out to each side whether they are truly the guilty party. It is a facet of reality that I still struggle with myself. Like, do shit posts and troll posts and things that are specifically designed to gather a reaction out of you inherently bad? Do they have actual value? Both equals should know better to throw bait and should know better than to take it. I think that's a valid perspective. It is a very difficult question to answer. Where do I stand on that scale? I honestly don't know. I think they do have value, because I myself have been jebaited several times and I felt very embarrassed. But I think it ultimately kind of helped me and made me grow as a person. Because it's when I learned not to have worthless debates online with people on the internet. And at the very least taught me to be more reclusive, which you could argue shielded me from embarrassing myself to a bigger extent later on in life, because it didn't engage. So from that perspective, like, that's a very personal subjective experience that I had, so that sort of informs me that they do have value. And yeah, I think it's sort of like a coming of age thing where you grow up when you learn not to engage in those. So yeah, I think you have a point there, Draconi. They do have value, and you should know both not to engage in them, but they are both not a good thing to do. Because people like Olivia, who are sitting in their room all alone, with nothing better to do, are just enraging others for the sake of it, because it's a funny gag, lol. And for this prank, I dumped gasoline all over the orphanage. But does it look like? But it does look like a form specifically for women. That is to say, non-dinosaur. Isn't this that lizard lounge site Liz doesn't like? No. This is a rival site for only human women. We're always messing with each other. Olivia's post features that picture she just taken, appended with the text, "Mine now, skinny whores. Your days are numbered." See, if there was actually something toxic about the way she acted, like she would genuinely be toxic, but based on the interactions we've had with each other, she is not actually racist. She's just doing it for gaffes and or giggles, but I feel like "mine now skinny whores" is going a bit too far. It is for the lols, I get it, but I don't know. I have a hard time understanding why you would go out of your way to deliberately invoke negative and toxic feelings in others. What? They're calling her a dirty trigger? Oh god. I know what that word rhymes with, but I don't understand what the context is specifically to dinos. Like, what is... Oh, is it because she's trying to trigger them? Is that the idea? I'm going to assume it is and move on, because I don't want to dwell on this for too long. Olivia, I don't really appreciate being used for this sort of thing. Oh, Triceratops. Okay. Ah, okay. That makes sense within the context of this game. Fun! Ending 4! You get to throw racial slurs. I honestly, before the stream started, I was gonna open up with, "Hey, we're reaching the final ending. How many racial slurs do you think this ending will have?" Ending 2 had a bunch of them. Let's see how many this ending will have. But then I had the thought, well, this is ending 4, so surely this must be the most wholesome ending, right? And this happens. Nah, don't worry about it. It's cool. See? They just IP banned me. Yeah, that's so cool. You got banned just for that? Nah, I can get around that super easy. And then I get to do it all over again. The tears sustain me. Okay, that's enough internet. That's it, I'm taking you outside. I shake Olivia's leg to get her moving. Come on, you've been stuck in here all day. Come to the world of the living. The world of the living is a nice place. I wish to go there more often. Though I insisted to Olivia that I didn't mind carrying her, she opted to shamble her way towards the couch on her own. When she reaches the couch, she pulls herself right into the cushions long ways. She sprawls out and exhales. Well, we're out here. Now what? You dragged me out here, you tell me. I didn't think that far ahead. You're insufferable. See, she is happy, and like she wasn't in a depressive rut like in ending 2, where we actually get to pull her out. Oh, we get to use the pizza coupon now. Sick! I love the pizza coupon. Oh, there's some of Damien's and Vinny's games by the TV. There's some classic co-op games in there if you want to try one out. Sure, I don't play games much. Yeah, it'll be fun, sort of like repayment. You carry me to the couch, now I carry you to victory. Ah, oh, so in the variation here, we managed to pull her out of her room so early, Damien and Vinny aren't even in. So we managed to, like, It's so early, that's so nice. I stand before Damien's chosen collection of entertainment. Ah. And there's definitely some plain DVDs mixed in here. I pick one of the more worn out looking cases to show it over my shoulder to Olivia. She gives an approving grunt, so it seems like I picked well. The disc slides into the console and I start setting up the TV. Huh, is it not working?
You gotta smack the left side. Vinny left some magnetic toy near the screen once.
Ah.
Smack!
My bitch up. The TV comes to life, its flickering screen displaying the console menu. I pick up two of the controllers on the floor and... Ah. What are you doing?
What? Oh, I'm used to playing like this.
She rubs her head on the cushion next to her, inviting me to sit normally.
So, what's cool about this game is...
Aww. That is so delightful. I love how he's confused, but she's happy. Oh, that's delightful.
Hey. What's cool is the co-op campaign has its own story. We can just play through that because there's no way I'm letting you near the online scene yet.
And with a few quick button prompts, the game begins. She contemplates skipping the cheesy introductory cutscene she's seen dozens of times by now, but lets it play for my sake. Nothing better than having a player two to teach. Absolutely. But even in this scenario, you must use moderation. You can't go a bit too overboard. Especially in the context of you watching somebody else try to play on their own and you're just backseating them. This is not anything relevant to this channel. This was before I became a VTuber. I'm a recovering backseater. And I've learned the errors of my ways. Not very good. Balance is key. Oh, wait. When the game starts proper, I'm faced with a very specific problem. I am not good at video games. At least you're a good dancer. As Mia says. I'm good at watching them and listening to other people dissect them, but I do not play them.
Okay, just follow my lead and shoot anything that even looks like it's moving.
Right, how... Olivia's already getting ahead in the game. I try to follow, but now my screen is pointed to the floor.
Huh?
Did I do something wrong? Maybe the other stick and now I'm moving, but I'm looking at the floor.
Hey, start shooting already.
Okay, I try one of the trigger-looking things on the back of the controller. Some arm manifests on my side of the screen and throws something at the floor I'm looking at. Then there's a splash of bright orange and... Did he throw a grenade at... Okay, they're playing Halo and he just threw a grenade and blew himself up, didn't he? I look down to Olivia and she's looking at me with utmost horror. What?
There's no way you are this bad.
I told you I never play video games.
Fine, we'll do the tutorial and then start.
With a few presses of our controller, we're back to the menu and there's some blank space on the screen. Space area on the screen. From there, boxes on the screen along with some AI voice read out the instructions for everything. I digested them slowly, having to double-check the buttons on the controller as it went, but after all it was finished, I felt somewhat confident I wouldn't throw a grenade at my feet. Hopefully. We went back to the co-op campaign when Olivia felt confident I wouldn't ruin the run. And so we just sat, just running through the digital hallways of some military base, enjoying the simulated violence on screen. For a while, Olivia has no problems. Excellent. There we go. There they are. Just after a few matches, Damien hops into the recliner, the throne of Randy. Hey, you guys didn't tell me you were starting the Friday gaming sales. You kicking her ass yet, Inko? No, it's my first time playing. Whoa, really?
It's the co-op campaign.
You'll get to it. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, dude. You're being an excellent diversion while I gun them down. Someone's home.
I get up and answer the door. Vibrating mother and child. I've taken the lawful evil stance while I respect the no backseat rule. I do refuse in others to... Wait. but I do refuse and others to refuse to aid the streamer. Oh, you advocate and refuse to aid the streamer. Oh, I see. So even when the streamer asks to be backseated, you're like, nope, figure this shit out on yourself, homeboy. That is fair. I really wish I adopted a similar mentality when I was showcasing one of my favorite games to somebody, but I was so passionate I took it a bit too far, and well, didn't end very well, did it? But enough dwelling about the past, let's focus on the present, and in the present I'm watching funny gator people shiver. They're two incredibly bundled figures, caked in snow. Oh great, Mormons. Hardy har. Oh, it's Sophia bringing Vinny back from school. While the small boy looked unfazed by the cold, Sophia was shivering uncontrollably, even with the extra layers of protection. It's because she's blue, isn't it? Damien rushes to get some blankets for the two. Hello, Mrs. Payne. Hi, Vinny. Inko. What a surprise. Big bald daddy. When Sophia sees Olivia, she puts on her biggest smile. And Olivia, good to see you spending time out of your room. Well, and Olivia, good to see you spending time out of your room. Thanks, Auntie. Whoa, you guys starting a game yet? Big Gator Mama? You beat her senses yet? Why do they all assume that the man is better than the woman in the game? God damn it. What's with you guys and wanting me to beat her so bad? It's funny, big bald daddy. Nah, he hasn't. He's getting a hang of it though, so you never know, yeah? Yeah, that live. He's coming for you. Oh, it's because she's really good at games that they have lost to her multiple times. So they are rooting for the other party to dethrone the king. Or queen in this case. They're rooting for the underdog, I see. They want a gamer bro brother-in-law. Yeah, sure. When he ties both my arms behind my back. Actually, no, I'd still win. Oh! You know the rules. You gotta put up or shut up. She won. It leaves a certain sting I don't think will ever heal. The uniform, yet thoroughly disappointed grimaces on Damien and Vinny's faces tell me they won't let it heal either. There's a knock at the door. Vinny jumps up to get it. There we go, the man of the hour. Hey, Big Daddy. Welcome to your humble kingdom, Daddy. The finger stumbles in through the blizzard and removes his heavy jacket. Yeah. Well, geez, this weather. Hey, all. Ain't cold, didn't expect us used to this still, but good evening, Randy. Randy tosses down the bag of salt that's on his shoulder to the living room floor with a loud thud. Playing games together, I see. Hope that means you got all your homework squared away. Yep, that's taken care of. Vinny threw his in the garbage disposal, though. I didn't middle management, Daddy. See, he's denying it. Work club, huh? So, nope, he hasn't. It's embarrassing. First time, then. Even if it weren't, he's just bad. Fine, you guys want to try? No way, this is something else. Watching people suck in this unique way is entertainment on its own. I'm watching this to the end. Vinny nods in respectable agreement. Well, I'll join you kids, but it's my turn to figure out dinner tonight. Need something warm after everyone's been out in the frigid cold all day. Your mother's nearly frozen solid. She's a Sophia sickle. Something warm does sound good right about now. Oh, I just remembered. There we go. He's awake to give him the coupon, so they eat pizza now. So he doesn't do his iconic sashimi, actually. Beautiful. Oh yeah, I can actually skip this. But there we go, that's how long Olivia's face beams with joy and the end of her tail wagging like an excited puppy's. I take the distraction to snipe her from across the map. Oh my god, it even pulled out Call of Duty sound effects. It's fair. He got you. Randy shoos Damien off his spot on the recliner. Hit marker sound. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you. He joins us on the couch. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love this ending. Hopefully it won't get destroyed at the speech. I play a few more games and I keep losing. I'm sweating bullets while she's effortlessly dealing with my shenaniganry. But every time I would get close, she would come in clutch and completely annihilate me. Somehow a betting pool got started. Olivia's getting a few bucks from the rest if I can't beat her even once. The pains encourage me as I get ever closer to actually scoring against Olivia. If anything, I want to get at least that tonight. I'm pretty sure you scored quite a lot against her, my guy. At some point, in all the excitement, the feeling occurs to me. Being in the comfort of a warm and inviting home, surrounded by such caring people, having fun with my friends. Yes, treasure this. This is to be fulfilled. It's like I have a real family. You do. You do. She doesn't cover while she reloads. I see it. Hey, that's cheating. Nope, just insider information. They've played against her for so long, they know all of her tricks and they're trying to help me. And also they don't want to lose their money. They are hedging their bets. He's gonna get you, Big Green Mama. He's gonna get you. Nope. That's how it's gonna be. I got one last trick up my sleeve. She's taken the battlefield. Wait, hold on. Okay, so she does wrap her tail. Oh, she is so cute. I think you just get... Hey! Aw. There we go. Got sniped. She's so good she can focus on biting somebody's arm off and playing the game at the same time. Quite the beautiful multitasker she is. Aww! Oh, that is a delightful picture. That is a delightful picture. I don't know how any of you are keeping up with all this. Oh, look, a game that always uses the fact that they are anthro dinos with extra appendages. Is that supposed to be a jab at a certain volcano-based venture? Oh, fair enough. It is important to take advantage of the fact that they got more appendages and all that. It is nice. It's basically her unique way of expressing her love language. She wraps her tail around you, which is... yeah, it's just a really good way to express affection. And a very good way to identify that they're more than just anthropomorphic furries. They've got actual usable things, like his spit, which I still cannot recover from. Or his spit, which Olivia couldn't recover from. They got the spit from him. What does she do? She, like... generate grenade? I don't know. I don't know how any of you are keeping up with all this. Oh, that would be our theater. Randy heads to the door with a hand already reaching for his wallet. Pizza? What's the special occasion? Gonna treat ourselves good and eat good tonight, huh? That's the special occasion. Not that I'm complaining about pizza, but isn't delivery pricey these days? Randy returns with the boxes stacked on his arms, flashing the used coupon in his other hand to Sophia. Her face does an expression similar to the others earlier. I've made them happy as opposed to traumatizing them. Yay! That's a win for Inko. See? Okay, everyone. Get a plate and get some. Feel free to make a mess if you want cleanup duty. Damien and Vinny leap from their positions and have their plates in a blink of an eye. I really do love the philosophy of you break it, you clean it. The air is filled with the delicious scent of sauce and cheese as Randy opens up all the boxes. Damien and Vinny immediately drive for the meat lover's pizza like ravenous sharks. Oh, it's so nice to see them happy. Because I know what they're like when they're not happy, and it makes me sad. The pepperoni and sausage pizza on the table looks appealing, but Randy presses a plate of anchovy, and I press the skip button to skip 2 lines. Thanks, Uncle Randy. Dang, the anchovy one actually looks good. I don't think she'd mind if I sampled from hers. My hand slowly inches closer to Olivia's plate. Mine! Taking a moment to assess my hand's integrity, I purse my lips at her. Oh, come on, Liv, I want to try it. Nope. Hogging the entire way. Anchovies are Gator girl only. You wouldn't take something from your girlfriend, would you, Inko? You wouldn't steal from a girlfriend. You wouldn't download a car. You wouldn't download a girlfriend. She flutters her eyelashes at me while presenting a prominent pout. I just want to try it, though. More eyelash fluttering, and I can even see a moistness in her eyes. Oh wow, she gives a new meaning to crocodile tears. But a devilishly clever idea. You know what happens when this face gets put on. Oh, I'm having fun. But a devilishly clever idea spawns within my mind. After all, if she wants to play the girlfriend card, how about a trade or something? The pout fades away in her confusion. Trade? For a bite? Her confusion morphs to curiosity. Maybe. What are you offering? With a smile, I lean in closer to Olivia, and closer still. Olivia's face is aflame with her blush, growing hotter and hotter by the second. I feel a puff of hot air from her nose flow against my chin. Her eyes are as wide as saucers now. Her lips tap lightly on the edge of... My lips tap lightly on the edge of her maw. What? The gator is successfully stunned. Now's my chance. Quickly, I go for the kill and chomp down on a slice she was holding onto. I pull away from her while chewing on my hard-worn prize. The pizza is very salty, but rich with flavor I can taste. Why she likes anchovies on her pizza. Stun-locked her with the boyfriend card. Olivia's eyes are still wide, her mouth is cycling open and closed. Ew, Mom! Big Mama Inko gave Big Gator Mama cooties. Big Green Mama's infected now. We are going to die from the T-virus. Food tastes best when stolen. Whoa, Olivia, you okay? His hand waves inches in front of her face. I don't think she even notices. With a sigh, Mrs. Payne. Oh, so now you call her Mrs. Mrs. Payne leans over and taps Olivia's shoulder. That finally wakes her up. The stun lock is dispelled. Sophia is a cleric. Oh. Yeah. Her eyes are now shifting between me. So, in ending 3, we got the pizza slice, but it wasn't as romantic. It was like, fine, I'll share. Something like more. It was more of a begrudging thing rather than this beautiful scene of affection. Her eyes are now shifting between me and the bite marks left on her pizza. Eyelids lowering. She glowers? She glowers at me while taking a bite of her defiled slice. Olivia makes quick work of her slice and then hands her plate to Sophia for another piece of fish-covered goodness. With everyone else focused on their meal, she leans in close, dangerously close. My cheeks warm up as she whispers into my ear. You owe me for that bite. You owe me more for the bite. She always had a bit of a huskiness in her tone, but wow. She is ASMRing you to death, dude. The sun was hanging low by the time the pizza was finished. Which meant it was time. Didn't take much to convince Damien and Mr. Payne to take me out to the fountain once Olivia fully explained why. Oh! Glowers like powers? Glowers? What's a... that is a new word. I must investigate. To look or stare angrily or sullenly. Frown. Okay, so it's a synonym to frown. Glower. I have never heard of that before. Yeah, it is glower like power. Huh. I guess I learned the way to rhyme power. Angry or sullen look or stare. Neat! We learned a new word today, everybody. And you know how else we can learn new words? With words on stream. Time to take a customary little break. I should warn you that because this is going to be my last stream where I'm going hot and loose, when I do my 1.0, if you're still hanging around, and I sure hope you do, I have a lot of content planned, but I am going to be doing scheduled ads every hour, so it's going to become a regular thing that I take a break every hour on the hour. So, be warned of that, because now I'm kind of doing it whenever I feel like it and whenever I want to, so, yes. Without anything further ado, duh. And we return. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah. So, a variation is even grander because she gets to do that fountain thing that you wanted to do now, as opposed to not. So I guess that's why ending 3 felt incomplete, because we didn't get to do this, I don't think. We arrived at the deserted park just as the sun sank behind the horizon. Hurriedly, Damien, Randy, and I go to work. Gamer! You are indeed a gamer. Right. The male panes held the windscreen protector of Randy's car for me, doing their best to direct the remaining rays of light towards the fountain. The focus was just the details of it after all. The more references for Olivia, the better. No words, just a task at hand, constantly moving to also keep warm and serious. The only thing to stop us was the daylight finally vanishing. My memory card was filled completely with reference shots for Olivia. A good 100, and some from every conceivable angle. He even got a helicopter. He even pulled out the helicopter to fix this. And arriving back, Sophia had unfolded the couch into a bed for me. Ooh-wee. It haven't even occurred to me how late it could be, or how bad the weather could end up. I feel like I'm frozen to the core, combined with my clothes becoming damp from the melting frost. Instead, Olivia dragged me into the lumpy mattress of the couch bed, sitting right beside me so I could go through the photos with her. The rest of the household slunk off to bed shortly after, leaving just us two in the living room. I feel like this is where the disable saucy images makes its greatest move. Just huddled together looking through my camera. We're only the ones still up. And while I wasn't cold anymore, Olivia insisted on keeping me warm by laying across my lap as if she were a very gator-shaped blanket. Hey. She contorts herself around until she can look into my eyes. Yeah? About earlier. Oh yeah, another thing that I'm gonna be doing is I might be turning on the "this is intended for a mature audience" setting. What is it? Branded? No, not branded content. What is it? Content classification, yeah. Mature rated game. Mature rated games are rated mature or less suitable for a younger audience. Significant profanity or vulgarity. That's what... You were gonna show me the lewds? The epic lewds? I thought they would just show up because I 100%ed the game after I turned on the lewd filter. Does that mean I have to redo the game to get the lewds? Oh, the folder of lewds. Well, we'll get to that once we finish this ending. Conspiring to watch porn. This is a new one for me on this public stream. Not much of an exhibitionist myself, I'll be honest with you. Don't have much to show anyway. Right. You still owe me. It's not even that, it's very mild. Yeah, well, better safe than sorry. You never know when Twitch is gonna decide, you know what, this guy who's not earning any money or not doing anything, who's basically a blip on the radar that wouldn't even matter if he exists, let's ban him. Let's just ban him. Why not? We have no trouble banning high-value, like, prolific, 10k and above followers streamers. Do this for a living, let's just stomp on the little guy, too. That's why I'd give you the file location, not show on stream. Yep. Thank you for that. We'll get on to it in a bit. Come on, seriously? It was just a bite. It wasn't just a bite. Her face is on fire, but her eyes remain locked on mine. That didn't count. What? That peck on the nose, that doesn't count. Olivia, I don't understand. That was our first kiss. First kiss. Oh! The man's brain contorted in confusion. I hadn't even considered that was our first kiss. Suddenly, my face begins to heat up rapidly. It just came to me and felt so natural to do it. Well, Alright, she crosses her arms. Olivia might have looked intimidating if she weren't so also splayed out across my lap while she did it. So you want an actual... with interest. A fair trade. Even as I look down at her with incredulity, Olivia maintains a serious face and posture. Locked in a staring contest with her, I feel my lack of shades has weakened my defenses. The man uses those shades as a crutch. I cave in. Alright, I owe you a real kiss. And what else? We finally get to kiss? We get to do a little spider kiss? Gator kiss. Gator peck, gator kiss. Gator punch, gator bite, gator kiss. Those days of Game Grumps have still not left me. Their prolific gospel still embedded in my mind. I think the hardest I've ever laughed with those guys was when they did, I don't remember which game it was, but it was like they were both playing as German characters, and in the battle for power, power has overtaken power. Power shall defeat power. Power. So funny. And we're gonna get a little gator kiss. I wanna go on a date. Oh. An actual, romantic, genuine date. Not where I take you to a museum that will become my tomb. Or where you take me to the forest and we get lost. A genuine peace. The thing that Walrus Man, Mr. Ferris, suggested and you failed to do in Ending 1. We're doing it now. How do you have knowledge of the other timelines? I do, and you suck, but I love you. The split second I get my chair back. Oh, she's not even using it as a surprise like she is in Ending 3. She's immediately going like, get chair, we go, now. Zoom zoom. Death by snoo snoo. Alright, so, the first part. Olivia's hand. Olivia's hands reach up, latching onto the sides of my head. I expect her to drag me down roughly, but instead I can feel her hands shake as she slowly guides me downward. It's awkward and slightly painful how I have to twist my waist to beat her, but it was worth it. Spider keys. Cast. Skin and scale pressing lightly together. The hot air of our breath intermingles. I support myself with my arms over her. Her arms move from my head around my neck. Our eyes grew heavy. I don't know who faded first, but Olivia clung to me as we drifted to sleep just like that. I stir from my sleep as the morning sunlight begins peeking through the glass back door. I want to kiss that gator. And I got that gator kiss. Beautiful. It's quiet. The only sign of life is the light breathing. Okay, I'm gonna throw that out. Imagine being found in the morning like that. Ooh, don't want to be the surrogate parents of that. Right. It's quiet. The only sign of life is the light breathing of the girl holding me close. She's wrapped her arms around one of mine, gently nibbling my shoulder in her sleep. She's warm. I wonder why the screen's black. I start drifting back to sleep, lulled by Olivia's soft breathing. And my thoughts adrift between sleep and awake. They're puzzle pieces that slowly come together into a single unified phrase that wholly captures what I'm feeling. I love her. I feel a horrible disturbance approaching. Is it Ben? No. Hey, big mama, big bald daddy. Big green mama, wake up. The cursed beast plants both of its feet onto my chest, shaking me by the collar. The cursed beast bounces up and down like a freak. Olivia responds by swatting him clean off of me with her tail. Ooh. He's fine. Olivia sets herself up. Children are indestructible. You need to understand this. Olivia sets herself up, wiping the sleep from her eyes. Morning, Ingo. Saturday morning. A check of my phone says that it's 7:30. Ooh, that's a good time to wake up. For some people, anyway. 4 hours too early. Barely. I sit up, narrowly missing Vinny's second landing zone. He's got the cable remote. The TV flickers to life and Vinny starts flicking through the channels at a speed only he can comprehend. Morning, Inko! Damien enters from the hallway. Sorry about the wake-up call, it's Vinny's favorite season. Winter. Hockey. Vinny cheers loudly and I look to the screen to see a player being brutally slammed into the protective glass of the ice rink. Hey Mom, I know Inko is cool and also please let this slide. Listen, I'm a teenager. I'm practically a grown adult. I can make decisions on my own. I swear we use protection. Every time I think about scenes like this, I'm reminded of the scene from ReZero where she's like, I forgot his name. Subaru, I'm pregnant. I know we just kissed, but I don't know when the baby's coming. What? You don't get pregnant from kisses. Or do you? Let's find out. Get a kiss. So, should we move? Nah, too comfy. Yeah. Hungry. Go make brekkie. What do you want? A big plate of eggs and bacon. I don't remember this developing the way it did. I guess it's because we slept together. I think I'd burn the kitchen down first. There's plenty of cereal. Oh yeah, I remember what happens. I'll go and mash my face with cereal. There's plenty of cereal. There's plenty of cereal out there if you want some. My buddy Keith once told me that once you eat cereal, you turn into a cereal demon. I didn't believe him until he started coming at me with a fire axe. Convincing me with violence that his way was the right way. Olivia drones dramatically. Fine. Eggs and bakey. Cereal is absolutely boring. Well, back in the day when I was a wee child, there were these lovely things that Choco Pops, I think they were called. I don't remember what they were called, but they were a offshoot of the Nestle brand cereal, which was with a brown dog character, and they were like these lisp things. I forgot what they were called, but I loved that cereal because it was so much chocolate. My soul unspooled in delight every time I took a bite. So, cereal, it can work. It has merit. It has value. I haven't had cereal in a very long time because I just don't like how soggy it gets nowadays, but you're a sucker for Fruity Pebbles. Ah! Barney, my pebbles! Haven't had that. Good stuff, I'd imagine. Gently untangling myself from Olivia's grasp, I shoot Damien a thumbs up as I make my way to the kitchen. I accidentally managed to somehow open the calculator app. Delightful. I can't believe I just used app unironically. I hate that. Look at what they've done to us. It used to be called programs. God damn it. A quick search through the cupboards. Not healthy, but like dessert cereal. Ah. You'd think with the fruity part in there, they'd be actually healthy, but I guess no. They just stuff them with sugar. Oh well. I know cereal, like genuine wheat-based or whatever the hell it is, like granules and all that can be very healthy, but I don't do that. I do chocolate. Chocolate is what I do. I used to have 3 bars next to me, but I ate all of them, so I can't illustrate my point. I do have a jar of Nutella next to me, so that does help with the illustration. I love chocolate. I literally rated a person just because they had Choco in their name. And now they're gonna draw me in a funny little cat outfit soon. As soon as I get the 1.0 ready. Yes. Didn't he? A quick search through the cupboards and the fridge nets me the necessary components. Oh, I am sorry. I have a hard time comprehending the things I say and how they relate to the things you say, and I am lost. I am lost! Oh, I feel like such an idiot! I feel like streamer brain is lowering my Q by the moment. But to be fair to me, I have been streaming for 2 days straight. Yesterday was 9 hours. Today it's probably going to be 5 more. The endings! Well, we need the cereal for this ending. We need Fruity Pebbles. We need chocolate. I love chocolate. Anyway. A quick search through the cupboard and the fridge nets me the necessary components, and I manage to avoid destroying the kitchen as I pour the cereal and milk into the 2 plastic bowls. As I give each bowl a spoon, a vibration emanates from my pocket. I whip out my phone and check what it's for. It looks like a new 3-hour analysis of the 3rd place speedrunning world record for Wii Golf. The thumbnail displays the record holder's face, with an arrow pointing to a text proudly advertising the Po Nut Slurp Strat. Yes. I'm not really much in the mood for these recently. I'll mute the notifications. And done. This man is unshackling himself from the vices of his past life and is embracing the Gator kiss. As I return to the living room, the scene is a lot more lively. The 2 brothers are commentating the match to one another while gently shaking the couch in excitement. Olivia has since sat up and wrapped herself in the blanket, only opening a spot for me once I approach. I take the seat, offering her the bowl of sugary goodness, which she greedily accepts. Not too long after we're cuddled together again, she leans her head against my shoulder. Despite the ruckus, I'm able to find the perfect spot to snuggle with Olivia and enjoy her warmth. This is nice. Relationships. They are beautiful when they work out. We do our best to withstand Vinny's ramblings about hockey teams, though it seems like he's more interested in which team gets in the most fights rather than wins the most. I look towards Olivia every so often, worried that she might be losing interest in just sitting here. But she always reassures me with a gentle smile, but one that says that she wouldn't have it any other way. It's not about listening to Vinny scream about punching people in hockey, it's about the comfort, the closeness, the coziness. It doesn't matter what the background is, as long as the foreground remains the same. Sharing in her contentment, we continue to snuggle on the couch together, occasionally cheering with the brothers as they celebrate the success of their hockey team. Damien and Vinny start shouting in victory as the home team gets the final score.
Ooh, what a slap shot, big hockey daddy.
Heard the excitement in the room watching hockey again. That is code for I woke up because of your racket. Sophia settles herself into the recliner, opening up her laptop. Oh, this is when we get the epic, iconic reveal for the school dance. Ooh-wee. School's weekly newsletter just came in. Turn down the volume, Damien. Sure thing. Skip button unavailable. Very unfortunate circumstances. I must stop relying on the skip button. Alright, first it says there's a basketball game this Friday against the Tailspikes. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school. I wonder if the circumstances that developed the way they did, does that mean that Mia got expelled? A little bit of expulsion for her, maybe, please? Show her where selfishness gets her. Even if she's good at it, it never leads to a good end. Even if you're successful in the short term, you will suffer in the long term. That's where selfishness gets you. In preparation for finals, tutoring will be open after school, so for everyone who needs it. Damien? Seems she has less control over Ben, so her words are starting to crumble. At the very least, we have that. So, good. Good developments all around. Good. Very good shirt. Damien. I got it covered, Mom. Liz is helping me out. I hope so. Senioritis won't be tolerated here. See? I remembered. It's not seniorities, it's senioritis. I remembered. Oh, this is interesting. To all our students who were invited to St. Hammond High School's 20 BC Winter Formal. Winter Formal? I for some reason have started to sound like you, Sophia. Winter Formal? Damien yawns and stretches his arms behind his back. Oh. Yay, some event for seniors they get every year. Basically a dance, but more fancy. It's like the biggest event of the year. You know, next to graduation or prom or whatever. I don't think any of my previous schools did something like this, just regular dances. Immerse yourself in the serene beauty of the wintry night sky with food, music, entertainment, and much more. Just say food more. We will also be hosting a special memorial for one of St. Hammond's finest teachers who recently passed, Mr. Trent Yedekin. Oh, you see how she looks down. I love the subtle details. Like, half the people would never notice this, but it's so nice that they put the effort. And it really shows that this is a passion project. Like, oh, she's gonna look down because she feels bad about the men. Like, she's reminded of the fact that Yedekin is no longer among the living. Subtleties like that are what make this game overwhelmingly positive. Because it's not about whether or not people notice it, it's about putting in the effort. Because even if nobody else knows, the developers know they put that little tidbit in there, and that's what matters. It's just like Olivia. It doesn't matter that she didn't give the speech away to 50 million people or whatever, or that she couldn't captivate the audience. As long as she learned the lessons that she needed to learn from Yedekin, that's all that matters, which is why I liked ending 3. Let's hope that this one tops it. Put in the effort and people will notice if the player is enjoying. Absolutely. It's all about the... just like the speech that she gave in ending 2, which collapsed because of all the little things that she did wrong. Overwhelmingly positive means that you do all the little things right. Like how she's looking down now. Shoot, that's gonna be tough to see. The event will take place at Volkal Dara Convention Center on Friday, December 15th from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets for the winter formal are now on sale or in Mrs. Procklin's class in room 211. $15 for one, $30 for couples. Please read our event dress code to know what will and will not be allowed for the formal. Have a great weekend. Go Feathertails. I'm just vomiting on Mia's behalf there. Don't worry about it. Well, seems like you three have something to look forward to next month. Mrs. Payne closes her laptop with a smile and sets it aside. Mom, it's about that time. She doesn't jump wildly this time. I guess she's a lot more comfortable. She doesn't need to, because I remember she like looked around and jumped like a like Bugs Bunny. She gasps and checks the clock on the wall. I nearly forgot. Vinny, get your kimono on. I'll start the car. It's called a gi, Big Mama. I'll probably be running some errands while at the karate practice, so I'll be out until dinner. Why does she move in this direction? This isn't how the scene went on in the other ending. How dare you? How dare you be different? And there she goes. Oh, there's the epic karate chop. I'm sure Vinny didn't mean to karate chop my throat as he got up. He's just eager to get to class. The back rub from Olivia helps to clear the airway quicker at least. Well then, Damien switches on some game and slumps into his familiar position in the recliner in mere seconds. I don't even know how he keeps track of the blur of colors on the screen. I feel like it's going to give me a seizure if I look too hard. Olivia tugs at my arm. That actually brings up a very interesting thought in my brain. How different is their vision compared to a human's? I wonder. Do they see more colors like parrots? Do they see less? Would things that they find enjoyable give people like Inko a concussion? Are they colorblind like dogs? I guess not, considering Olivia's a painter and she's doing so many beautiful vibrant colors that she probably has full comprehension of the color spectrum. Not much explained on that. Good question. I'm gonna assume for the lack of information is just same as humans. So. Human plus tail equals gator. Olivia tugs at my arm. Hey, wanna head back to my room and watch something? This definitely isn't code for you wanna kiss? You wanna have a gator kiss? What do you have in mind? Nothing in particular. I'm sure I'll find something good. Alright. I follow Olivia's proud march into her room. The scent of paint is still a bit strong, but when is it not in here? It's impressive how... Oh! Remember in the previous endings when Damien said, "Get a room, you two!" They actually did in this ending. It's impressive how she manages to actually hop from kneeling to the floor and from kneeling on the floor to kneeling onto her bed. Her tail spins the open spot next to her as an invitation. Her tail spins? Pats. Her tail pats the open door. The open door? My god. I'm just gonna move on. But not for me, as Guts seems to scurry out from wherever he was hiding to curl right up against Olivia's thigh. So I take the spot opposite of him, settling in right next to Olivia. She opens up her laptop. On the screen I see a plethora of folders with incomprehensible names, with multiple brackets alternating between kanji and English. Oh god. Olivia's cursor flies between each folder, her eyes scrunched in concentration as she tries to find the perfect show. Inko's always second man to Guts. There is a true bond between a gator and a rat. It is beautiful to witness. No bond stronger than the found rat and the gator girl. The rat that should stay by her side even as they were thrown out of the hospital. She finally makes her choice, though it is... What it is, I don't know. The name is all Japanese, written in English. Mokoto Shinken Kappa. And there's like 6 different things in brackets denoting the language, aspect ratio, and more obscure details. A media player pops open, and the first thing to pop up is the silhouette of a Pachyosaurus in old Japanese attire. Pachyosaurus? Pachyosaurus? And then the pop music started. In English. In beautiful English. I'm assuming in the translations it'll say the language that it's translating to, so in Russian, in Spanish, and so on. At first, I was apprehensive with her pick, but it is a really good show. I'm fully enraptured by the patchy samurai story along with his budding romance with the young human girl who maintains her family's dojo. Wait. I know what this is, but I haven't seen it and I don't remember the name of it, but it's about a big tomboy with beautiful red locks, and I think she has one of those anime teeth sticking out. Fangs. A fang. What was it called? I forget. Oh well. We fully settle in, Olivia splaying out across her bed and giving me just enough space to sit with on my back against the wall beside her. While I'm fully enjoying the story, split equally between intense sword fights and bouts of light-hearted comedy, my thoughts go back to something else. The formal. And how to actually ask her to it. She's already going... Since it's also Mr. Yedekin's memorial, Olivia already asked me out on a date, kinda. I'd argue strong-armed into it, but again, I want to go out with her, so... It was very Olivia of her. So what would be Inko's way of doing it? Ah... Do you see the dichotomy here? When we pour all of our eggs into the Olivia basket, he doesn't ask what his way would be of doing it because he has no individuality. But here, he realizes that he is also a person, and that is the very important stepping stone towards a successful relationship. Balance, compromise, and 2 individuals remaining and retaining their individuality while being in a relationship of mutual respect and camaraderie. So... This is a good brain to have, Inko. Good brain thought, good yes. Looking around for inspiration, I notice that my girlfriend has left out a lot of her sketch material. Balled up papers in her sketch pad right by my knee. Guts laying atop her colored pencil case. And a mechanical pencil digs into my palm. While Olivia is focused on her laptop screen and the oddly not-so-bloody sword fight on it, because it's been censored, I begin my greatest plan to date. And my first I sketch out what's meant to be a full-body portrait of Olivia. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Though the wheelchair ends up looking like just a normal chair, honestly, you could actually tell that's a wheelchair even if I have the extra context. With rocks for wheels. Okay, now I see that. Her hands just being claws, her tail shrunken down to a quarter of its actual size, it still resembles her. You can tell it's her by the bags under the eyes. I clip the mechanical pencil slowly and reach over with the pad, nudging the back of Olivia's head. I do believe it's Rurouni Kenshin. Let's see what that is, and if it's the one that I thought it was. Nope, I was completely wrong. Still features a redhead though, but I was completely off. Fair enough. I made a false association there. That's okay. I'm not that well versed in anime anyway. I click. She swats at it and eventually grabs it, yanking it in front of her, and then her tail starts wagging a bit. Bingo. Fights happen, but the main character doesn't like to kill, so not many bloody fights. Ah. He doesn't spill blood, he just incapacitates him with his epic ninjutsu. Aww. See, it's all about the subtleties. It searches for my arm and wraps around it, while Olivia furiously jots something down on the page. Aww. He's bigger than me. I lean forward to lay on my stomach beside her when she presses it back. She's drawn an equally rough portrait of me with my shades missing and my jacket looking more like a button-up. Or thwacks to the back of the head. Oh yeah, the classic technique of concussion. That's another thing to add to the list of size is to the list size difference. She is a big green mama after all. For a while, the two of us resume our drawing game from start of the school year. Also, the Gator is the first 4chan image of Olivia. Oh. Huh. So they drew her first. That's fascinating. Oh, what the? Oh my. Oh, it's Oedipus eating his son, but it's. Oh, I think that's supposed to be Mia eating Ben. John Wick with all the guns. This is a tapestry of beauty. Fat chonker. He's just a brick. Liz, what is that? Is that Olivia piercing me with her tail through my crotch? What is this? Oh, I see. Inco plus racism equals sad face. Your face when racism. Look, like, I love how you can tell which ones are made by Olivia and which ones are made by Inco. Very nice attention to detail. That is an extremely realistic gun. Oh, this is beautiful. Nitro. Oh, I think that's a power block. Some kind. Ooh. Pizza Tower mod, Olivia with a gun. Ah. Ah. Oh god. I just realized that's meant to be. I didn't even recognize that. That's meant to be Ferris and his horrifying teeth. X-Men. I think this is my favorite out of all of them. Absolutely, this is my favorite. And this, because it's just so well done. Oedipus eating his son. Oh yeah, there's his glasses. Yep, that is Ben. That is Ben being eaten by Mia. Over the course of the Samurai Shows 1, Samurai Shows 1, we decorate numerous sheets. We decorate numerous sheets from her sketchpad with nonsensical doodles. Alright, it's time. I make sure my arm's position is shielding the page. This next drawing has to be special. And I see just the spot for it. Go out with me to Formel. My heart flutters a bit as I look it over. Could it be a little better? I mean, it could always be better, but there is always a time where you need to say, good enough, and ship it. Which is what I'm doing with my model. Is it good? It's good enough as a beginning, I think. No, it's perfect. I pass the sketch pad over, just as I have half a dozen times now. Elia stares at the little doodle on the page. I hear her breathing pick up. She pulls the pad aside, well out of my vision. I feel the bed wobble as she furiously scribbles something down. It sure is taking a while. On screen, the battle whatever has just finished an epic duel, winning with an intelligent use of the technique in his sword sheath without killing anyone. Yep, there's the thwacks in the back of the head technique. The pad is plopped in front of me. Oh boy. That is very clever. You can see how her tail shaped like a heart. Oh, I am being assaulted. Oh, that's beautiful. Olivia buries her snoot into the back of my head, nuzzling it aggressively. Get glomped on. She's making those bellowing noises again. I take that as a resounding yes. When your girlfriend answers a question by laying on top of you and purring, you can gather what the answer is. You're not gonna let me off, are you? No, you're all mine. She keeps bellowing, but her focus slowly returns to the episode. It really shows you how much a relationship can be ruined by just one mistake, which is depressing. Very depressing, but you know, that's life. Sometimes you win, sometimes you need to go through 3 different alternate timelines in order to get to this one. But what matters is you try and you try and you try again. Until you succeed. Accept nothing less than success. For the rest of it, we remain like this. I got big plans. Like my big... Just you wait. I'm gonna give you the biggest Gator kiss you've ever seen. 1 week later. It's still snowing. Didn't even get to use the last 3 pages, but hey. It is what it is. My shoes scrunch through the layers of snow beneath me. Behind me is a trail quickly swept over by the fresh snowfall. And the cold bites at any flesh it can reach. My ears, my nose, my exposed hand as it carries my precious cargo. Nani? Oh my god, I just realized why this struck a chord with me. This is a phrase that is used as a line to denote the unit from Command and Conquer generals on China's side moving. It is the supply truck. And they say, precious cargo, when they move. Because they are escorting my money from point A to point B. Because we need to keep the economy moving if we want to push the war. Put 2 and 2 together, Inko is warm-blooded. He got buried by snow falling off of the roof. What is this precious cargo? Somewhere in the distance, a dog barks. I mean, presumably his precious cargo is Olivia, or the wheelchair, I don't know. I'm alone in this frigid wasteland, and to think this started so simply just 4 days ago. I'd gotten into a new routine at the start of the school week. Wake up, head to school, do my thing until the bell rings, then head over to the Payne residence to check on Olivia. She texted me that the drafting for the painting was finished, and now it was time for the real task of fulfilling the canvas with color. Every time I'd come over, I could find her sitting at the edge of her bed with only a brush in her hand, analyzing a canvas with the kind of fire in her eyes that only a visionary like her would have. Back to Tuesday, I got a real craving for root beer. Olivia told me there was a gas station up the street and around the corner, and asked if I could get her a normal cola with a strange side-eye. She's gonna surprise me with the chair, I bet. The trip was frigid, and I probably should have seen where this was going, but the soda was well worth it. Ah. So he has cold root beer, and she gets soda. I don't know. Once Olivia found out I could survive the journey, she started requesting I go take more resupply missions. Ah. Winter does not fare well for them, does it? Then I got caught on a return trip by Vinny and Randy. Short version of the story, I'm now the resupply man for the household. I go out to get precious rations for my poor freezing shivering girlfriend and the other survivors of this inhumane climate of 31 degrees. Oh. It's been tough work, but it's been a blast. Yeah, you gotta pull your weight around here, don't you? You get free lodging, so... As I approach the front door, one of the survivors eagerly smushes his face into the glass window, ecstatic to see my triumphant return. The door opens for me and slams shut as I am yanked in before the chilly air can creep in with me. I stumble forward. Oh, look at that. I stumble forward to finally collapse into the couch, into Olivia's waiting arms. The moment my butt hits the comforter, she spreads out a large blanket she has opened and enshrouds me in a warm, scaly embrace. Can't let my personal heating rock lose its warmth. Appreciate it. Olivia nuzzles in the crook of my neck and wraps her tail around my waist, trying her best to warm me up. One would assume that a literal cold-blooded saurian would be a terrible way. Assume that a literal cold-blooded saurian would be a terrible way of warming up. Well, whoever they are, they're dead wrong. Setting the plastic bag on the floor, it begins getting passed around, and everyone removes their various goodies. In seconds, I'm basically the butler. Or the delivery boy. Ration getter. In seconds, Damien's chugged his battery acid energy drink. Oh boy. Ah. That's what I needed to say. You up for another trip, Inko? Olivia signals to Vinny, who takes the empty bottle and bops him in the back of the head with it. Oh, Inko, while you were out, I finally thought of something. For our date? Yeah, you'll love it. It's, knock, knock, knock. Olivia's breath catches. The two of us wait in anticipation as Randy gets the door. But we both know what it is already. Olivia, package for you. My head jostles to and fro, Olivia's excitement translating physically to her arms, quaking wildly around my collar. Settle down, settle down. Randy hefts the box containing her new wheelchair parts into the living room and sets it in front of the TV. Just think of the difference between the four endings. Just think of the difference. Ooh-wee. Like, we weren't so close to her that we were at every moment, so she had to use it as a surprise in ending 3, but in ending 4, we literally are here when it gets delivered, and she's actually happy to see it, rather than it being tossed into her room while she's slumping her depressive rut. Want me to set it up for you? Actually, Olivia lifts herself off the couch and starts pushing against the box, sliding it towards her room. Inko and I can do it. It's a bonding exercise. Yeah, right. Olivia waves me over to join her as she pops the door open and pushes the heavy-looking box to her room. I expected a cardboard box, honestly. But I am not well versed in wheelchairs. Maybe they come in special packaging. Come on, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go get to it. Let's get to it, my big ball boyfriend.
who was also actually tinier than me.
Yeah, if she stood up, she'd actually be, like, taller than him by, I don't know, like half a head. We sit on the edge of the bed with the box before us. Olivia takes a deep breath and extends a single claw, and in a single motion slices the tape open, letting the box flaps loose. She starts picking up the individual parts out and laying them around. While she does so, I pick up the instruction. Pick out the instructions.
Really?
What?
Come on, give me that.
She takes the instructions and rips them into bits.
Won't need that. I've had to fix my own chair since I was a kid.
Why you?
I break it, I fix it, simple as. And I broke it a lot when I was younger.
Okay, curiosity piqued. How? Olivia turns with the biggest grin on her face.
Ramp jumps.
She doesn't elaborate, instead waddling over to the desk to retrieve a small hex key set. Oh, look at that. Oh. A melee weapon for her to beat me to death with. For the next 15 minutes, we begin to assemble a wheelchair. As it turns out, building this thing isn't as complex as I thought it'd be. Most of it is really just as simple as connecting A into slot B. And that's why she likes when you draw her on the half pipe.
Yes.
There's an innuendo there. We're near finished now. The metal frame stands proud, missing everything we needed to make it comfortable. Like the seat.
This bit connects to the handles there.
Alright. So, you're about to tell me about an idea that I love for a date?
Oh yeah. Have you ever been to a hibachi grill?
I've heard of them.
They're great, you gotta try it. They sit you down at a table, right? And in the middle of the table is a big flat top grill. When the chef, hand me that piece right there. Thanks. Then the chef comes in with his car full of the stuff that you ordered. Once the grill gets hot, they start cooking the food right in front of you. And then they bring a whole new meaning to playing with your food. Sounds pretty sweet, right? By the way, that goes the other direction. Clank.
Whoops. Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, Liv. It's like a dinner and a show, but dinner is the show.
I've been wanting to eat at a place like that for years.
Alright then, as soon as we finish this, let's call for a table and go.
Yes!
Olivia's arm and tail wrap around me in a hug. For her other hand preoccupied with adjusting the chair seat to the perfect height. After catching the armrest to the handle, I stand up in triumph over the fully built mobility chair. Well, I can safely say that your new wheelchair is completed by yours truly.
You put the wheel on backward there. See, if I had sat on that, it would have crumpled, and it would have killed me.
You joke, but... Oh. He lightly taps me with one of the spare parts.
Yeah, so stop trying to kill me, dummy.
If only I'd listened to your advice on a different... Oh my god, I need to stop.
Just to be safe, we're probably gonna have to go back a few steps and make sure this thing is built correctly.
Wonderful. Finally, it's done. Olivia inspects my work, nodding in approval on occasion and adjusting a few parts. Carefully, she moves herself from the bed to the seat. So, how is it?
Darn it, my legs still don't work. Yeah, you did great. Feels just like the old one. Great job, Inky. Whew. Don't sigh yet, the night's just getting started.
Her tail slithers around my wrist, inviting me to take the wheel.
You ready?
Yeah. It'll be cold.
I'll be fine, I got a personal furnace with me.
The moon's silver irises turn to me half-lidded, letting me know that my real role in Olivia's life now. letting me know what my real role in Olivia's life is now. Furnace, not something like sweeter, like heated blanket or comforter?
Yeah, no, I say that and then my aunt and uncle would be giving me the talk all over again.
The 3 dots are very telling. Right. Before I knew it, we're admiring passing buildings as our rail car races towards the city. One thing we noticed were the Christmas lights tangled about inside the metro, which gave it a much cozier vibe. I love how, in relation to ending 3, she builds the chair herself and surprises you with it, which is sweeter because she tries, but it's less symbolic because when you build the chair together, you are literally getting, like, putting a hand on her stability and ability. It truly makes me happy that ending 4 is the happiest of all of them, where absolutely everything gets to go right. As we near the concrete jungle, even the streetlights and buildings grow infested with the holiday cheer. I can only imagine what this place will look like in the coming days. Definitely coming back later with Olivia along with my camera. After a bit of walking and sightseeing, we arrive in the city's Japanese district, Little Trudon. As eager as I am to look around and immerse myself in the surroundings,
Olivia's appetite for hibachi outranks it.
We can always check it out later anyways. Yes, you could. Heading inside, there's a distinct scent in the air that enters my nose. I can't pinpoint exactly what it exactly smells like, but the word aromatic comes to mind. Konnichiwa! Welcome, a table for 2, I presume. Yes. I called earlier for a reservation. The waitress takes a moment to look at the table placed in front of her. The tablet placed in front of her. Ah, yes, a table for Mr. Mito and the guest. Follow me. She grabs us a menu and leads us to the main dining area. As we're guided through the restaurant, I take in the interior design, seeing various set pieces, decor, and portraits of famous actors posing with who I assume is the owner of the restaurant. Entering into the main dining area, the sound of lively conversation floods my ears, as does every savory fragrance of the food being cooked for the other patrons. And just as Olivia said, each table had a grill in the center. I love the bobbing. Where a chef was chopping and dicing and slicing and dicing and slicing and chopping and chopping and dicing and slicing. I can feel my mouth filling up with drool with each passing moment. So can I, but not from food because I talk too much. Also read. In this case, it's read. Ah. Food is nice. I do enjoy me a good, well-cooked steak. And potatoes. I have potato blood in my veins. Finally, we reach our table, where another party occupies the other remaining seats. And enjoy! I will drink in your honor. Hydration has been achieved. And I am feeling it going through me and having to come out at some point in the potential future. So, how would you... My hand waves over Olivia around her chair. Her chair's handlebars. Olivia seems to understand what I'm about to entail, because without a word, she effortlessly hoists herself out of the wheelchair into the dining chair. I fold the wheelchair, place it in a nearby wall, and seat myself next to her. There we go. I can words, I promise. Nice. So, how are you feeling so far, Liv? Olivia smiles, letting her cold fingers splay out near the grill before us. Her tail curls up over the counter and joins them. I join her. Fascinating. I join her for a few seconds, warming my knuckles, the echidna.
I already like this place. It's like a combo of a show, dinner, and a sauna.
I reach out for the menu that sits between us. Let's see. You already know what you want to get?
Sushi. I got the good stuff here.
She points to something on the menu I don't have hope of ever pronouncing correctly. Nevertheless, it looks appetizing.
What about you?
I'm thinking something warm and filling.
Oh, what about this dish then?
He points at one of the specialty dishes titled True Dawn Delight. Chicken breast, hibachi steak, and colossal shrimp, lightly seasoned and grilled. Ah, kind of like a variety dish. Sounds good enough for me. Based on the fact that he spent hours upon hours making a detailed dish during Ending 2, I'd imagine he'd be happy with this. At Variety, an idea overcomes me and I scan the menu thoroughly. The section in particular takes up nearly the entire page. It's something I recall from some of the foodie blogs I've read. Hey, why don't we all try the appetizers?
What?
Laying the menu flat before her to the appetizer page, her eyes widen at how many choices there are. Yeah, like, we should try sampling everything and see which is best.
That'd be really expensive though, right?
It would. Each plate already costs over $15, but consider the experience. I can see her practically salivating as she looks at the page. I love how they use this face in particular. About half, then. It'd still be around 7 plates, but I'm sure I can cover that much.
Okay.
She cuts me off before I can cheer.
But not all at once.
Huh?
I want to appreciate this show. I want to appreciate the show too. So 2 dishes at a time.
It's a weak concession. I already figure Olivia's plan to fill up early to save my bank account. Sure. So we debate which appetizers to pick and start with, our voices now mingling with the rest of the ambiance as we wait to order. By the time somebody comes around, we've compiled a list of the most appealing sounding options. Ooh! It's a chef! Eventually, a chef approaches our table with a large fork and blade in hand, scraping the two against each other in a theatrical manner before greeting us and heating up the stove. He uses a nearby container of oil to cover the cooking surface in the shape of a smiley face before setting the assortment on fire and spreading it across the stove with a blade. A second staff member drops off a cart filled with uncooked meats and veggies that will soon become our dinner. With his ingredients ready, the chef starts his performance, expertly spinning his razor-sharp utensils with a grin on his face. This is basically for cooks that want to show off. That's what a hibachi chef is. Vegetables diced and stacked into explosive minifigures. Meat sizzled, flipped, and thrown through the air. Fish and shrimp sliced and juggled around the chef without even looking. Even as we were served up our starting orders, we were entirely too focused on the master chef. Olivia is completely enthralled by the performance. Not that she's the only one, the dexterity and skill the chef has with our food isn't like anything I've seen at any high-class restaurant my parents dragged me to before. That's because they weren't doing it out of passion. This guy is passion. That's what hibachi chefs do. You can't be this fancy without at least enjoying some aspect of it. Imagine doing this job with a frown on your face. That's not a living... You can't just be like a... utility from the Flintstones and be like, that's a living. After a minute or two of watching the chef's culinary showmanship, the couple beside us received their order. He eases over a step to now stand before Olivia and I, his eyes carefully scanning a tiny scrap of paper before nodding. Konnichiwa, my hungry looking friends. Why are they Italian? Why, indeed. The great thing about Olivia dating Inko is being an omnivore. He can just eat stuff and she can't off her plate while she steals the meat. Yeah, it's a perfect symbiosis. She can pass him all the veggies and she can have all the good stuff. Oh yeah, I just realized that because she's a carnivore, she can never enjoy the full delight that is a well-peeled and well-done spud. Very unfortunate existence for you, Olivia. You'll never enjoy the power of the French fry. Oh, I'm definitely hungry looking, but looking at her, Olivia's eyes are the size of her plate. Her lips are trembling over her smile, and her chopsticks creak within her fingers. For the first time here, I assume. Mine too. I like the idea of yakiniku more, but generally Western cook-it-yourself deals are far less popular. Huh. I must Google it. Japanese, I have heard of yakiniku, but I am not aware of what it is in detail. But yes. I feel like this is a really... I feel like this would be a great dating location. I need to memorize this one, because I've also never gone to a hibachi restaurant before. So... this would be a delightful opportunity to get a bit more cultured somewhat. Maybe start enjoying food a bit more. Not exactly my forte. I'm not a food guy by any stretch of the imagination. It is one of my unfortunate shortcomings that I genuinely see food as just a means to an end. If I could go my entire life without ever eating another bite and just consume nutrients through osmosis or through photosynthesis, I would, but that is not allowed in this life. And that's showing more meat on the grill stuff. So it's more about the food rather than the spectacle. I see. I will keep that in mind as well. Thank you for sharing. Hi. New friends to our lovely city. Allow me to give you a proper vol caldera welcome. You cook it yourself, it can come off the grill and you eat at the table. Oh, I see. I see. So that's the... does yakiniku denote just the type of food it is, or does it work the same way as hibachi works, where you have a yakiniku chef in a yakiniku restaurant and they let you do it yourself, or is it just like a special dish? Tell me the yakiniku lore. Share with me all the sick deets. Have you partaken as well? I'm assuming you have if you're talking about it. You're probably experienced in the matter. Before I can tell him we aren't tourists, the cook sets down a pre-peeled onion on the grill. With his sharpened spatula and tongs, the onion is cut expertly, and its rings separated and stacked into a neat cone. When he then raises a finger with a smile, I can't help but lean forward. He holds up a bottle of clear liquid and squirts it into the cup. Whoosh! Alright, fire. I forgot about this part. I reel back at the sudden heat erupting from the onion cano, fingers tapping just above my eyes. Oh shit, my eyebrows! I'm gonna have even less features. Pick your meat and vegetables you want, and the tables usually come with the grills built in. Ah, so it is a special type of restaurant. Neat. Because you have to cook it yourself, they'll probably give you the means to do it. They won't just be like, here's a fire, here's a spit, good luck. What the fancy places do. Ah. Fascinating. So I guess it's like a restaurant-to-restaurant thing, but like the general premise has been worded to be yakiniku. Interesting. I hope to experience it one day. You're fine, and go. Relax for a minute there, buddy. Confirming the few bits of hair still on my head, the chef laughs and slides the onion creation around. Warm enough of a welcome. Quite. He laughs as the onions are added onto our first appetizer plate, a sampler of various garnished fish and meats. Olivia is quick to take a still sizzling piece of steak and chomp on it, chewing on it even as her eyes water from the heat of it. The chef notices and uses a spatula to slide Olivia's glass of water closer to her, which she uses to quickly cool her tongue. I am happy to see you so eager to enjoy my cooking, but a good meal is best savored slowly. My hand rubs Olivia's back in comfort, but she still smiles and reaches for another cut of steak.
Totally worth it.
One by one, more of our appetizers are given to us. While I would normally go into detail about each one's unique flavors and how it affects my palate, only one thing comes to mind. It's freaking delicious! Olivia seems to have the same sentiment, currently scarfing down the rest of her salmon rolls. Any couples are here tonight? For a moment, I glance at the girl beside me, enjoying her own little moment as she chows down on her food. We are. Ah, well, it is the holiday season, which means... The chef hovers his prongs over our heads, with something green placed on its end. In general, it's a very Asian-centric thing, but nothing wrong with that. It just means availability down. It's just a specialty thing. It's a culture thing. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure there's places like that all over the world. I'd probably find one in my local venue somewhere around wherever I live, wherever that may be. It is a mistletoe. Oh. A kiss between the gentleman and the Wani. Wait, what? This is what you talked about. This is where they explain what Wani means. And the gentleman and the Wani girl, yes? Tender. A lingering pleasantness fills my heart as the chef tosses the mistletoe on a steak, revealing its true identity as garnish. Ah, thank you for asking this question. Hey, what does Wani mean? I gator hug that gator? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? That's what this is. I gator hug that gator. Did you... Oh. I gator hug that gator. The mystery is reviled at last. I just love autocorrect. It means gator. I genuinely cannot believe that. I gator hug that gator. I mean, it's clever because it sounds like want, and that's the whole point. Like, I just realized. It's just good word puns. It is really good because it just dawned on me that if you just replace the word Wani with want, it doesn't work because it says I want hug that gator. So you need to have want to, and Wani sounds like that because it's like you say want to very quickly. Like I want to hug that gator. Oh, it's because it's wanna, which is slang, I guess. I wanna hug that gator. Oh, I gator hug that gator. I mean, it works, yeah. Huh. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly, but I'm glad it's that. It's a very wholesome thing, honestly. It means a gator. Oh. A kiss between the gentleman and the gator girl, yes? I guess I do look like a gator. You're a baryonyx, Barry. Are you... I just realized, in the final ending I played of this game, she's like, I guess I am a gator, a girl after all. You wanna hug me? We're the Avengers now. God damn it, game. Oh. I guess I do look like a gator. Yeah, you do. I'm always thinking of you as the green gator girl. Really?
What, as opposed to the green baryonyx girl?
Do you see Damien and refer to him as the red Dilophosaurus guy, too? Oh, wait, no, that's her asking me. Hold on, let's try again.
What, opposed to the green baryonyx girl? Do you also see Damien and refer to him as the red... Do you see Damien and refer to him as the red Dilophosaurus guy, too? Hey, I'm Inko, wow. I just heard a noise. I craned my head towards the direction of the pink... Delapilobiterus... Delapila...
I will get this. I will get this, I promise you. Delapilobilato... Delapilobelatosaurus. There we go. The direction of the pink Delapidobelatosaurus. There we go.
Hey, I'm Inko. Oh, wow, I just heard a noise. I craned my head towards the direction of the pink Delapilobelatosaurus and the blue Aphylodonosaurus. Aphyllodon.
I know that one.
Aphylodonosaurus.
Oh, I just realized that's Mia and that's Ben. Delapilobelatosaurus. Jesus Christ. I get it.
Good. Everyone, I just met a Triceratops. In fact, I met two.
Shut up. I use my chopsticks to fling an onion over her as she heftily chomps it out of the air. Okay, who ordered the scallions?
Oh, that's us.
There's one... A Gator hugged that Gator, for sure. With one last bite of shrimp, we finished our meal. The chef spins his utensils and gives us a bow, bidding us a wonderful evening. I managed to slip him a generous tip as thanks for his hospitality. As the waitress hands me the bill, she asks if we'd like some complimentary ice cream, which Olivia happily accepts. Some dessert sounds good right about now, so why not? It's not long until we're cutting open sweet flaky shells off a fried cake batter to get to the cool tasty ice cream cores of our free deep fried ice cream. Pardon? I'm sorry, did I just read that right? Deep fried ice cream? People who like food, please elaborate for me. Is deep fried ice cream a thing? How does it work? How do you deep fry ice cream while keeping it ice cream and not gelatin? My brain. It's ice cream deep fried in special batter. Oh, I deep fried cake batter. That's... This is why I should have paid attention in physics and chemistry. This is what chemistry is good for. Making deep fried ice cream with cake batter. Huh. That's very interesting. Is it hot on the outside and cold on the inside? Deep fried Mars bars are also a thing. I know about deep fried Mars bars and all that. That makes... weirdly enough, that actually makes more sense to me. Because you just take a Mars bar and you deep fry it, but... I've never heard of deep fried ice cream before. That's why it's just... Because the concepts seem like they are... counterintuitive and completely... opposite of one and the other. Because deep frying requires a lot of heat and ice cream requires a lot of cold. They're literally opposites. I'm amazed at human ingenuity being able to come up with deep fried ice cream. Sorry, that honestly broke me.
Cold be damned, I need something sweet to cap that off. Need a cigarette.
Deep fried Oreos are fun. I don't even want to imagine what that's like. I've heard of the deep fried chocolate bar culture before, but I dare not investigate further. Actually, hey, will you be alright for a while? I got an idea.
Okay.
Trust me, I'll be right back. There's a general store right across. Excellent. I cross, hopefully, to have what I have in mind. I'm back.
Your ice cream is starting to melt. I was considering eating it.
It's great. Honestly, cookies go well with deep frying, unironically. I've never in my life had deep fried cake batter. The concept. Maybe I have, actually, and I just didn't note it because it came under a different name. Very strange. I'll have to look into it. I tried Bailey's ice cream for the first time this year, and I tried going to a sushi restaurant for the first time this year, so I'm not above and beyond trying new things. I put my prejudices aside. I'm definitely willing to try if people actually like the stuff. There's definitely merit and value to it, so I'm definitely for trying at the very least someday. So I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for sharing. Generally. Rude, after I went to get these just for you? I hand her the plastic bag. Pocket warmers. How considerate of you, Inky. She stuffs them in the pocket of her hoodie, cracking them to start the heating. I have no idea what pocket warmers are. Are they like glow sticks? But instead of making a glow, they make a warm? I grabbed the wheelchair and unfolded next to her, offering a hand to help her into it. There's still a whole city out there. Want to go see it? Little packets that you crack to produce heat. Huh. Neat. She takes my hand, interlocking her fingers betwixt my own. Absolutely. Alright. Hibachi. Beautiful. Back outside, I finished the last of my dessert and let out a sigh of satisfazione. That was delicious. Couldn't agree more, though I'm not sure how fond I am of having to smell hibachi on the smell of hibachi on my clothes. Honestly, it's fine. I think I would absolutely love to have a hibachi perfume. I love the smell of cooked meat. That's one of the things that I do enjoy with food, is the smell of cooked meat. Smells beautiful. Better than that cologne you always use. Absolutely. Hibachi is also more expensive than yakiniku, as the chef is trained in artsy cooking and tasty. Yeah, that would make sense. That's logical. I guess yakiniku could be compared, and do correct me if I'm wrong, as the budget version of hibachi. Potentially. You notice that? Her head suddenly turns away, focusing instead on the open-air market in the distance. Well, we're in a little true dawn. The weather makes foot traffic non-existent. The town is ours. Where do you want to go first? She looks positively giddy, looking around the stores, looking for the best place to start. That way. I got a great feeling about it. Are you going based on smells? No. I can smell. I feel the jonkler. He's there. He escaped. With Olivia as my guide, we make our way towards the shopping center. Oh, I remember these kinds of stores. I loved these little stores as a kid. They were so colorful and so filled with things that my parents would never allow me to have because they couldn't afford them. Man. As if the main part of the city's holiday lighting wasn't captivating already, Little True Dawn is just as whimsical. Fairy lights wrap around the street lamps while paper lanterns hang along the streets, illuminating our path in reddish hue. Holiday cheer and cultural tradition mashed perfectly together. We're here. Here? Looking to be some kind of Arabian bazaar from a movie, except built into a building. There's walls and even a ceiling, though the ceiling is plastic and semi-transparent. But the walls are all cut into, with cheap canopies jutting from the tops of the openings, and so many colorful knickknacks hanging from them, and over tables equally filled with filled to bursting with a plethora of items. It reminds me of beachside resorts. Have you ever been to the beach? The beach is a beautiful place. Weird, and I feel awkward because I'm naked. But at the same time, not too bad. Hey, I think I like these streets more. I don't know. Weird sensation. Ugh, I do miss it. At the other stall, I see a seller station right next to a cheap heater, waving and shouting at anyone who passes by, while the streets head Looked devoid of people, the shopping center was packed to the brim.
That's the one.
This one? The one? The one? The one?
I just know it.
Lead the way, Gator girl. I mean, Wani girl. As we get closer, I can't help but notice the variety of interesting items being sold. Cheap-looking toys that light up and make music, t-shirts with various decals, and vulgar jokes, and jade jewelry that looks like it was handmade this morning. All of which have signs marking their prices that frankly reflect their quality very poorly. It's called a ripoff, my guy. Further down... Ooh... Further down the shopping center, we reach a section of the indoor market that almost looks like a convenience store. Shelves upon shelves of exotic produce are placed along every wall of the store. In the center are displays showcasing snacks and candies with ineligible signs and cutesy mascots. The ceiling is now covered in greenery, more paper lanterns and banners adorning some more Japanese text. Olivia's eyes light up with glee upon seeing the wide array of oriental goodies. You know, let's make this our Christmas shopping. She nods and grins as we start scanning each stall slowly. Immediately I'm drawn to one that is exceptionally vibrant from all the toys on the show. Some of the plastic figures are even making noises, though there's a certain rattiness to them. Still, I'm sure I can find something for Vinny. Recalling our first meeting, I look for any Power Raptor figure I can find on the table. Did you see her move? Did you see her move backwards and forwards? This is probably symbolizing her picking up something. Recalling our first meeting, I look for any Power Raptor figure I can find on the table. Aha! Picking up the package figure, I wave Olivia over from her sugary treat hunting. Think Vinny will like this? She quirks an eyebrow briefly and then gives me the flattest stare I've ever seen.
No.
Ah, why not?
Inko, that's such a shitty bootleg. Like, it's not even named right.
I look at... Do you have the Hulk? Yeah, we got the Hulk right here. And just shows a picture of like a guy in olive green. It says the Hunk. I look at the package of the small green figure. Powerful Raptorials. Huh.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is cheap knockoffs.
It's the Gulk. Yeah. I remember when I was a tiny child and I was going to one of these kinds of stores that had numerous knockoffs, and I was looking at one of the knockoff Bionicles back in the day, and I was talking to the store clerk, like, dude, this is a knockoff, it's a cheap knockoff, and he started getting progressively more and more angry at a child. He-Man, not He-Man. It's the human He-Man. And it really made me feel bad because I thought I did something wrong because I was calling him out on his bootleg because he was trying to increasingly angrily convince me that it was the genuine article and it was legitimate. And I don't know if he was doing it because he didn't want to appear that he was selling bootlegs, or the fact that he himself got scammed and thought he bought genuine things when the reality is they were bootlegs. Probably the first one though. The former. But I still remember that as a child. It's been embedded in my memory, and I think it's actually the first ever instance of where I started my reclusive streak.
Now what did we learn from this?
I learned that people don't like being confronted with the truth. Because I know, and I like, there was never a question of whether I was right or wrong. It was obviously a bootleg. Like, I don't even know what it said, but it was absolutely 100% a bootleg. And the guy was just getting so angry at me for confronting him. And, yeah. Bootlegs hold a very weird place in my brain. I guess people just don't like being confronted with the truth. Especially when the truth makes them look bad. I think that's the part that made him progressively get angrier and angrier, because pointing out Like, I was just trying to help the guy. I was like, this is so clearly fake. Also, there are people who just want to sell bootlegs with no consequences. Yeah, I think that's what really got him annoyed, because he just wanted to do something to earn himself some money and essentially scam children because they got something they thought was a genuine article when it wasn't. And he was just getting angry that I, a child, was smart enough to know that it's a bootleg and point it out and so vehemently argue that it is a bootleg and that it wasn't good. But he was like not having it, and he just got progressively more and more angry at the child because it was essentially being outed by a child, and that must be very embarrassing for somebody who was in their 60s at the time. So, life.
If you want the good stuff, you gotta look in the back.
The back? She rolls her eyes but motions for me to follow. Olivia wheels herself past the table and deeper into the stall. And the first thing I notice is how there's even more boxes of toys along one wall. And the opposite to that wall is covered with a lot of swords and knives and other pointy lethal things. Instead of looking at the toy wall, Olivia's eyes are glued to the weapon racks. I don't think Sophia would approve.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
It takes a colossal effort on her part to turn herself around. Partially from how cramped the space is, but mainly how her eyes lingered on a particular sword on the shelf. Looking closer, it kind of looks like one from the show we watched together. Neat. Maybe. Nah, Sophia definitely wouldn't approve. It doesn't take long for Olivia to pick up out a pair of toys to give Damien's younger brother. Though I don't think wooden weaponry counts as toys. Our purchases were made. We moved to the next person on our list in the next stall. We ventured through the halls, deliberately throwing ideas back and forth on ideas for the rest of the pains. I was astonished to find a jacket close in design to mine, but for a fraction of the price and just the right size for Damien. And Olivia pointed out a neat little statue of an insect carved out of amber stone. She said it'd be perfect for Randy and added it to the pot. Ah, so Randy doesn't like collecting minerals. He likes collecting insects. Oh, I get it. It reminds him of his ancestors in the Triassic period. Whew. Breathing. That left Sophia and Olivia. Olivia had brought us to a stall filled with textile materials. I hadn't known she was a seamstress, but Olivia explained that it's one of her favorite hobbies, which is why she made a dress for her in the other timelines. Not knowing much on the matter, I let Olivia go and talk with the shopkeeper about what she was looking to buy while I stayed close to the front. Near the cash register, I spot one of those tiny novelty prize dispensers. One in particular catches my eye. It looks like some variation of whack-a-mole featuring little alligator heads. They're cute. She would love one of these. It just so happens that I have 5 quarters. I turn the crank and get the spherical capsule in exchange.
What you getting?
Olivia, I got this for you. Ooh. I place a little toy in her hands. Oh. She brings it closer to examine. Oh, that's adorable. Look, you can pop it with a little hammer. In.
Ow! I know just the place for it. This is going right in my little treasure hoard.
The thought brings a smile to my face. Aww. Yay, I'm immortalized in her life. This is actually very important. Do not let the importance of this event pass you by. Did you find what you were looking for?
Yep.
And she pulls out a few colorful bottles from her chair's compartment.
These babies will look great on the canvas. They had just the colors I needed to.
Whoa. How's it different from regular paint from the store?
It just is, but it just is.
Okay.
I also got Auntie a roll of fox silk. She's always wanted to work with silk.
But that's fake silk. An hour later, we've seen just about everything. Looks like it's just in time too. All the friendlier stalls are starting to close down. I just can't get caught in tight alleyways in the city after dark. I don't want to get caught in tight alleyways, especially when they're called Crime Alley, in the city after dark. So Olivia and I call it a night, and start heading back to the metro station. We make one last turn to come to the entrance, and whoa, look at that, look at that right there. That is beautiful. That is huge. It's a large circular clearing, the widest space I've seen around here, probably meant for the performers and such. In the center is a huge Christmas tree with colorful strings of lights connecting it to the surrounding stalls. How do we miss this coming in? They just assembled it for us. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa. We both have to crane our necks to see the top of the star on top. It looks mosaic, each paddle a different color to create a star within a wraith. The entirety of it aglow from a singular light source from within. The colored lights bounce off of us as we approach. They color Olivia's snout in reds, blues, purples, even some more vibrant greens. Even her breath, coming out as vapor, is lit up like it's part of the Christmas tree. For a moment, we stare at the Christmas tree in silence. All I can hear is the subtle ambiance of our surroundings. It's serene. Was this a nice break? Yeah. But you know me, I'm itching to get back into it. We look back up at the tree. It's bright. Merry Christmas, Olivia. Christmas isn't until another few weeks. I know, just felt like saying it. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Olivia's hand finds mine. Our fingers intertwining slowly, and our palms pressed warmly together. She doesn't speak, but her eyes convey so much. I carefully set down our shopping bags and take a knee beside her. She leans over her chair's armrest, bringing her head close until she can rest her chin on my shoulder. I can feel her lips move in a silent whisper as she nuzzles against me gently. A smile comes to my face as she mouths her appreciation for our first official date. Following her example, I lean my head back against her. My jaw moves, but no words come out. After all, I don't want to disrupt the peaceful silence. But still, I know Olivia understands my own wordless thanks. As I feel her lips quirk into a smile. We stayed pressed together for some time. At least until my knees couldn't bear the stone floor and her scales couldn't handle the cold. Allowing the comfortable silence to continue, I stand up and slowly take us back to the station. And this is the game that teaches me very concretely that there... Oops. You didn't hear that. That there are different types of silences. There are comfortable silences, and there are very pained and strained silences. This game features both. And I fully understand that not all silence is good, and not all silence is bad. Some silences are good, some silences are bad. It is very important to distinguish the difference between them. I, unfortunately, grew up in a set of circumstances that made it so that silence was actually a form of punishment. So, in my head, I understood that all silence is actually a bad thing. At all times. So, any amount of silence meant that I was being punished by the other party, which isn't right. Silence comes in many varieties, in many forms. The ride home, we're lucky enough to get a whole train car to ourselves. Olivia huddles close to the whole way back. It's officially winter at Volcaldera Bluffs. The final epoch, at last. And as if to celebrate the occasion, tonight is St. Hammond's Winter Formal. Hard to believe it's already here. It really crept up on me. Whether I'd remember the event coming, I just force it out of my mind. Whole thing has me pretty anxious. It's like a date, but on a whole new level. Like some sort of formality to it. I better not mess this up. I don't even get the scene where I dress up. I'm already here all gussied up for her. It's a big night for myself and for Olivia. I'm in her place now. She sits beside me on the bed. Hard at work finishing the painting. I hold her other hand while she carefully brushes. On occasion, Olivia glances nervous at the clock. Each tick is another second possibly wasted. She's really working down to the wire. That's not to say she'd let the deadline creep up on her, of course. Quite the opposite. Every day after school and until bedtime, she's been working hard at it. And now it just needs the finishing touches. She was so anxious today, just completely beside herself, pestering me during lunch and throughout our classes together about how she wants to finish the right way. To the point I had to talk her out of ditching class. She settled for dragging me back to her place. The split-second class ended. Good thing I thought ahead and brought my formal clothes to the night before. Brand new mauve blazer by Jacquard Barrionocu. Blah blah blah. Freshly tailored slacks pressed to perfection, and polished black leather dress boots to give myself that extra height. Tiny errant flecks of paint jump off the canvas beside me. Each one gives me a mini heart attack. She told me not to, but I can probably sneak a glance out of the corner of my sunglasses. As I try to get a peek, however, a claw gently flicks my cheek, followed by a little growl. No. No peeking. Come on, you said you needed me here for support and I can't even see it? No peek, just sit. No touch, no look. Sit and watch peak fiction. Huh. She gestures to the TV she put up. To play Manic as background noise. You think you'll finish in time? Absolutely. Careful not to wear out your fingers. I can make it, I just need you here. Just being near her was enough as support? Yeah. I mean, it's a constant reminder of the goodness in her life that you are, because that's what you have managed to be. In this scenario, anyway. Were there two pillows before? Was it always one? I don't know. Though her tail would slither its way to me, it, along with guts, occupied my lap, and my actual support became evident as my hand ran over both scale and fur, eliciting cooing noises of comfort from my girlfriend and her pet. If I need to draw a painting, you're gonna need to give me constant head pats. Beautiful. Really, I felt like more of a glorified pet sitter watching over the oddest friendship between a snake and a rat. But it was part of her process for this, so I obliged, content to wait and see Yidikin's tribute in time. Plus, Olivia really did have a good taste in shows. I'm a little disappointed I won't get to finish this one tonight. Alas, we have more important matters. Okay, I think it's ready. She holds up a finger to my lips, appraising her work. Scanning for any minute flaw. Yep, this is it. Oh, can I see? Not yet. Needs to dry. But I need to wash up for my big date. She holds out her arms, absolutely splattered with purples and blues, and get changed. So, out. Wow, I'm being kicked to the street, no longer useful. Alright, go mingle with the plebeians for a while. I squeeze her hand and get up from the bed. Come on, I want to show you my dress. Alright. 'Tis the season to be jolly, and the Payne's place lives up to the saying. From roof to floor, the house is decked out for the holidays, completely changing the atmosphere. Warm, nostalgic, inviting, comforting. Even outside, the house is adorned with an array of colorful Christmas lights. The rest of the Paynes and Liz are lounging in the living room. Hey, everybody. Inko, is it true you ordered a...
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a surprise for her, Hune.
Oh, my bad. Thanks again for covering most of it, Inko. It's pretty exciting to get one of those. Yes, I got you all a lollipop that's shaped like a white limousine. Yeah, Olivia's gonna love it. Although, I can't help but feel like we should have pitched in a bit more. Oh, don't worry about it. It was my idea, after all. Nice jacket, by the way. Oh, why thank you. Just then, Damien takes a seat right next to Liz, casually slinging an arm around her. Damien looks my way with flickering eyebrows and a smug, toothy grin. He knows he's won. With suave moves like that, I should keep them in mind to use on Olivia. This is a male mating ritual where they show off their respective catches to one another. It's like, this is how you do it, bud. The bro code. Sophia looks like she's about ready to burst with excitement, and I can't hold it in any longer. Oh, my little boy's all grown up to be a man.
Mom! Now, son, it's every parent's God-given right to tease their kids. One day you'll be doing the same with yours.
Yippee, you guys are gonna be... Yippee, you guys gonna be like this all night? Where's Vinny when you need him? I didn't want your little brother being left out on having some fun tonight, so he's having a big sleepover with his karate team. And let's be fair, I'm not gonna risk that little rascal accidentally making a mess of anyone's outfits before their big night. I wonder what that means. I wonder what that alludes to. As much as I love that little guy, the last thing I want is acid damaging my evening gown. You don't say. You know, I think I'm coming down with something. Oh, stop it, you. For the next couple of minutes, we simply relax and wait for Olivia. Well, Damien and I relax. With the way he has his arm around Liz's waist, a blush begins to steadily grow from her cheeks and around her neck. Kinda reminds me of an upside-down thermometer. Damien scooches her closer to him and uses his other hand to guide her flustered face towards his. He leans in and increasingly whispers something in her ear. And whatever it is, he said makes the Lizometer hit 1,000 degrees with an alerted yelp. We got this during ending too, so it's very interesting to... Oh, right, because she was too depressed to get out of bed and we couldn't have this scene because the car was rushing them along. Oh, so this is the true balance. This is the true balance. I see it now. In ending 3, I was a good boyfriend, but I wasn't what she needed. In ending 2, I was a selfish boyfriend. And in ending 1, I was a freak of nature. I see. So now I am both doing everything right and being exactly what she needs to get out of her rut. I have done the unthinkable. I have taken on. I really need to go someday. I need to study ending 4 to see all the things that you do right and the justifications behind them. This is a great study piece for social activity and interaction. Wish I was this learned 10 years ago. Right. And whatever it is that she thinks makes the Lizometer hit 1,000 degrees and alert the yelp. His parents are grinning from ear to ear as she squirms at their gaze. Oh, I'm grinning ear to ear just to see that, Elizabeth. Despite the embarrassment raining off of her like a fireplace, I don't feel bad for her. I'm pretty sure this is what she wants. Though, what the heck did Damien say to her? More so, is he doing this on purpose? Of course he is!
Why are you all looking at the giant licorice whip?
A scratchy voice draws my attention, and in turn I see... Oh, damn! Oh, damn, look at that. Oh, look at that. Holy. She's even got her hair all gussied up like a prom queen. Oh my god. That is precious. Holy. You really see the difference between the three dresses. The one where it's a regular one, and she's unhappy to wear it. Another one where it's okay, but she's at least happy to wear it. And now this one. Holy. Ooh, I'm genuinely for it. You should be. This is beautiful. Holy. The dress, the accessories, the makeup. Elegance springs to mind. Regal, too. But what escapes my lips is... beautiful. Oh, look at her. She is prom queen right there. Oh. The others are also complimenting her, but she pays them no mind. She's looking only at me as I am at her. Bashfully, Olivia looks away. At last, and I clear my throat. My cheeks feel exceptionally warm, and Olivia is practically aglow. You look beautiful, Olivia.
Thanks, Inko. Auntie Sophia helped me with the dress.
She twirls her chair about, allowing me to take her in from all angles.
Oh, please, Olivia. You worked on that dress, too.
Only with the fitting,
Auntie.
Her twirling finally stops so that she can bring her chair closer to me. I find myself on one knee, hands and arms, helping to ease her from her wheelchair and onto the couch. It's been second nature for a while. With Olivia settled in nicely, I retake my spot just beside her. A satin-gloved hand finds its place in my palm, and Olivia's head leans lightly against my shoulder. I feel as though my face is aflame with heat. Yet I don't mind it as the little girl beside me presses closer.
Now, don't get cozy, you two. You're right, the formal should be getting here any minute now.
Olivia's head leaves my shoulder to look, so she could look to Sophia.
Aren't we taking Liz's car?
I wouldn't mind, but with these clothes, nah. Inko thought of a better idea. We all pitched in, though. Olivia looking at me now, squinting ever so slightly with scrutiny.
What did you do?
Well... Honk honk. That. I did that. Damien and Liz are already moving towards the door. I get up and take hold of Olivia's wheelchair, stabilizing it for her.
Inko, what?
Good night, Randy. Sophia, I'll have her home tomorrow morning.
Inko!
Have fun, you two.
Don't do anything we wouldn't.
Randy.
Olivia's head is still turning wildly between us as I wheel her out of the front door. There we go. The Gator head finally stills, and I'm sure her eyes are as wide as saucers as she sees what's parked in front of the house. Figured for such a big night we deserve to ride in style.
What about the tomorrow morning bit?
Oh, we're gonna hang out at my place after.
Is that why I'm missing my favorite PJs?
The limousine driver is already at the passenger door, holding it open for us. I gently push the wheelchair towards the vehicle as she continues to stare at it in awestruck silence.
Okay, well, alright. This is...
If I may.
You may.
I carefully take the painting from her with both hands and place it against the back seat. Once Olivia's satisfied, it's her turn. This is the complete picture. The joy I'm feeling right now. It was all worth it. It was worth it to go through 1 and 2 just to see this.
Oh, wow, it looks even nicer than on the website. Hey, the bar's free game, right? I throw Damien a thumbs up. This technically counts as a different scene because she has a different outfit. Huh. It's all paid for, amigo, with a little help from Liz, of course. Awesome! Damon's already pulled 2 glass bottles of cola from the tiny fridge. There we go, that's the proper noise for that. Using his tooth like that was impressive. Using his tooth like that was impressive, not gonna lie. He cracks open the second one with relative ease. For you! He gestures with his bottle if I'd like one. Sure! Ooh! In ending 2, I say no thanks, but here I actually accept it because I'm his friend. Because we darn gonna kill each other. Nice.
Even a drop lands on it and I murder all you.
Oh yeah, that's what the Wani do, innit? Yeah, of course. Can I see it?
No. No one lays eyes on it until I've set it up. In the memorial room, I promise myself that.
Whoa. You made the painting without even looking at it?
She did.
Wow.
Shut up, both of you.
I lean back into the plush seating, letting my arm rest gently over Olivia's shoulders. She leans her head into my shoulder in response, a low coo escaping from her mouth. The skyline of Vol Caldera is painting an uneven glow as we relax to the low rumbling of asphalt on rubber. Christmas lights dance and flicker across the face of buildings, turning what would normally be a bland color palette into something much more vibrant. The whole ride, we shared drinks and stories of the past semester. It's like the party's already started. I've heard they got a big name disc jockey this year. Can't wait to dance. I'm dying to check out the buffet they've been posting about on the school site. I didn't know you checked that. Special occasion, they got everything tonight, man, you name it. Burgers, pasta, steak, tacos, cakes, even some of those yummy leaves for Liz. I'm glad you thought of me. I'm glad you thought of me. I'll be gunning for the buffet room first thing. You guys will be joining us for dinner, right?
Maybe. But first, I want to get this painting on display as soon as possible. Thanks for helping me do this, Inko.
You have no idea the amount of things I had to do to get you to be where you are today. Ooh-wee. I literally had to break the concept of time just to arrange this perfect night for you. I smile and squeeze Olivia's hand. She squeezes back. The shining moment finally comes as our limousine pulls into the open carport in front of the venue, drawing the attention of the crowd. We wait for another minute or so in anticipation before the passenger door opens wide. I just came to a personal realization in that split second. Taking initiative, I step out into the open as the driver sets up the wheelchair with a flourish. Our ride makes a great set piece and naturally draws the attention of everyone nearby as I ease Olivia into her chair gently.
Whoa, he's there! He's Inko and Olivia!
Her dress looks amazing! A man that comes in a whole ass limo and I get to here in my beat up a wagon. Olivia smiling nervously while she carefully removes the painting from the back seat. I forget sometimes not everyone is so acclimated to this sort of attention. Have a good evening, sirs and madams. I thank the driver before we make our way to the entrance. A decorative red carpet stretches from the driveway and right into the venue, giving our walk inside a sense of glamour. We approach the sign-in table where a sizable line of other partygoers look our way.
Figures.
Oh, I'm an organizer with the painting for the memorial. You too are, Sora.
What's that mean?
It means we can just waltz right in. Sweet. It's like the old saying goes, as long as you act like you are supposed to be there, people will think you are. It's another trick of social engineering. As long as you manage to convincingly pretend that you're supposed to be there and you act like you are, people will assume that you are. Because why would somebody think they can be there if they aren't supposed to be there? Like if you... It's all about how you act. If you act naturally, people will think you're naturally supposed to be there. So if you act suspicious, people will generally be suspicious of you. Circumnavigating the line, we see a familiar blue dino handing the sign in and looking exceptionally exhausted. Though he smiles as usual when he sees us, his shifting eyes and rapid finger tapping indicate otherwise.
Ah, hey, you guys, you made it. And Libya, no less.
Gotta travel in style.
I couldn't agree more.
Generally, the line is used for photos more so. Ah. Yes. Ah. And Ben then makes eye contact with Olivia.
It's been nice to see you up and about again, Olivia. I mean, crap, I didn't mean like that.
Hey, Ben. The tired teen double takes, clearly surprised that Olivia actually replied to him at all. Damien takes the moment to scribble a bit on the clipboard Ben was holding.
All right, we're signed in. Come on, Liz. Oh, dear.
Be seeing you guys. Ben clears his throat, as though to dislodge the shock clogging his airway from Olivia speaking to him for once. How have you been? In fact, I find it annoying, but people use it to get their pictures taken as they stroll down a carpet of sorts. It is very movie-esque, isn't it? Cheese. Say cheese. Makes me think of other stuff. Oh well. It do be like that sometimes. Damn, that's crazy. God damn it.
How have you been?
Very prom-esque. Oh yeah, she is literally dressed like a prom queen. This could not be more prom even if it tried. Olivia scans him over briefly.
I'm holding together, okay? I feel like making this has really helped. Would have liked for Mr. Edekin to see this, but...
Her snout motions down to the frame he's clutching tightly. She's clutching tightly too. Her snout motions down to the frame she's clutching tightly to. A heavy breath escapes Ben as his shoulders sag. He sucks back in that breath, squaring his shoulders.
I'm sure he's happy with it already, Olivia.
My date looks down to her lap, eyes shut tight. But she has a soft smile and nods.
Well, got to keep the line moving, don't want to keep everyone waiting out in the cold.
Right. Ben hands us a clipboard along with a pen. Olivia and I sign in, and I hand it back to Ben.
Great, you're all set.
Thanks, Ben.
Of course, enjoy the night.
After Ben, a slight wave as Olivia and I continue forward. I can understand why he was so pissed at us at ending 3. It was important. In the files, it's called prom. Of course it is. I wouldn't have it any other way. The memorial room is probably... That begs the question, why didn't they just call it prom? I guess maybe it's too cliche and they wanted to make it a little bit more... I do like winter formal. It's a lot more classy than just prom, so... I don't know. It still works. The memorial room is probably one of those side halls. They should have given us a map. It won't be that hard to find. Olivia smirks as I take the head, letting her hold the covered art piece closely. There it is. Just as predicted, the memorial room isn't hard to find. It's a smaller room, well lit, with a little bit of furniture. On the far end, the framed picture of